Hey, we're going to fix this and we're going to get this right in the second half. And that's what I like about this football team. They know what they have to do. They learn from their mistakes.
That's right.
And that's what I like.
And well said again, Tommy. And like you mentioned, when you have to play 48 minutes against a Marcus Boyles coach team with the adjustments he can make on the fly, and you give the man 15, 20 minutes, sometimes longer in the locker room with these bands out there on the field, and he's going to draw up and execute a plan that he can put in play that can keep the other team off balance. And it's very difficult. Yeah. If you've noticed, we haven't seen anybody other than Picayune be able to put four quarters together against this football team.
No.
And, of course, I'd like to say, Picayune's the number one ranked team in the state right now, 5A, but they are number one overall. Yeah. Petal's right there with them. I would love to see Petal rematch against Picayune now. That was early on in the season. It was the second game. What happened. I'd love to see the matchup again now moving forward. But, of course, we can't we can't get that wish granted. But we'd like to thank. We're going to go down to Kyle Britt in just a moment, but I want to go ahead and thank, of course, our radio and internet sponsors. Without them, none of this would be possible. So thank you so much to A1 Graphics, Bucko's Cleaners, Coca-Cola of Hattiesburg, Corner Market, ELTM and Enbridge Company, Encore Rehabilitation, Fairleigh Construction, First Southern Bank, Forest County Board of Supervisors, Fox's Pizza, Grand Bank, Hattiesburg Oral Surgery, who support the radio, Hub City Steel, Magnolia State Bank, Marino Eye Care, Paris Jewelers, Petal Harvey Baptist Church, Petal Tire, Southern Bone and Joint Specialist, and of course they are the sports medicine physicians for the Petal Panthers, State Farm Insurance of Petal, which is a Ted Cannon agency, and Richardson Heating and Air. And at this time we're going to go ahead and pause as we honor America and with the singing and playing of our national anthem. Great rendition of the national anthem as we get ready for action here from Panther Stadium. Just a quick announcement also before we send it down to Kyle on the sideline. The Petal soccer team's head coach for varsity soccer is going to be along at the half.
Yep.
So we'd love to have you listen into that. They're getting ready to kick off their season, which officially starts tomorrow at Franklin County versus Franklin County and Clinton. The boys are going to play at 11 and 1 tomorrow. Girls will play at noon and 2. And the first regular season games for soccer will be at home Tuesday, November 8th. Game times are 5:30 and 7 at the Panther Soccer Stadium. Please come out and support your Petal Panther soccer teams as they take on Northeast Jones Tuesday, November the 8th. So we're looking forward to some Petal soccer discussion at halftime. And Kyle, if you're down there on the sideline, what's the atmosphere like as the Panthers get ready to take the field?
There's kind of a small crowd here tonight, maybe some late arriving people. We got some injured players tonight. Just update starting there. Thad Roberts is out. Also, linebacker Slade Buckley.
And Kyle, we're losing. Unfortunately, we're having some interference on the sideline. We'll try and throw it back down to you.
We got a little bit of wind down here. That's one thing, too, I didn't mention. The wind is blowing pretty strong, about 10 or 15 miles per hour. But our guys seem upbeat, but there's probably more injured Panthers tonight than I've seen all season long. Not sure if it's just precautionary, saving for the playoffs, or if how severe the injuries are. But I do know Slade Buckley, Rashawn Smith, and Thad Roberts, 3 starters that will be out tonight.
We appreciate that, bringing that to us down there on the sideline. Kyle with his nose right in the middle down there, getting the latest up-to-date, up-to-the-minute action as we're about 5 minutes from kickoff. We're going to go ahead and send it back to the studio for just a short break before we come back and Tommy and I get us set for kickoff. You're listening to Petal Panther football here on 93.1 WGDQ. We'll be back in just a moment. Barbara, can we go 2 minutes? Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
It's an informal discussion to start. With no crowd noise. It's quiet. Kind of laid back. It's 2 weeks in a row I couldn't get... Well, last week we didn't have much pre. I just couldn't get my motor started. I feel good now. I remember Lance. I was laughing at Lance a couple years ago. He was serious. It just takes till like the middle of the first quarter. And the pink pom-poms tonight. Tommy, you look cute with those pink pom-poms.
I know. I should have worn my pink tennis shoes, I guess. I could have gotten Terry to put pink shoelaces in my shoes. There you go.
And welcome back to Panther Stadium along with Tommy Hudson and Kyle Britt. Corey Tater here as we get set for kickoff. Your Petal Panthers coming in with a mark of 8-1, getting set to host the Forest Hill Patriots with a mark of 2-7. Big game across town at Oak Grove tonight, Tommy. We're going to keep an eye on for playoff seeding. Of course, as we mentioned earlier, Petal with the #1 seed clinched regardless of what happens the last 2 weeks. So, and we're praying here at the school, and I apologize. I'm talking rather loud during the prayer, so I apologize to you at home if I just got real quiet. But we're coming in with a mark of 8-1 moving forward. So Petal's clinched that 1 seed, but Oak Grove, of course, is playing host to Hattiesburg. Major playoff implications as those teams are fighting for 2 of the last 3 spots. Hard to believe that with 2 weeks to go, Meridian, the powerhouse, a lot of folks picked to go back, go to Jackson this year to represent South State, are fighting for their lives to get in the playoffs. They're going to host Terry tonight, and of course they flip-flop next week. They'll play this Forest Hill team. So Meridian looks like they probably have 2 wins in the bag, which will possibly get them in because these other teams may beat up on each other.
That's right.
So we'll see what happens moving forward. It's going to be very interesting. One note we'd like to pass along to you before we get set for kickoff, as we have 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining on the clock, getting ready for the coin toss. This is the blackout game for your Panthers, so they've asked the fans to kind of wear black. The teams are wearing their black uniforms that they wore during the Hattiesburg game from last year. Black pants, black shirts, white helmets. The jerseys themselves have a dark red numeral on them that are not solid. They're actually kind of shadowed in. So it's very, very difficult from the press box for us to see numbers tonight. So we apologize in advance if there's some plays out there and you don't hear your favorite player called, or we'll try our best to tell you what's going on the field, who's doing what. But I just want to kind of throw that disclaimer out. I've had my eyes checked recently, Tommy, and the doctor actually said some good things, which I was very happy about. So feel good, my friend, that it's not our eyes.
No doubt about it. I tell you, I wish I had some binoculars tonight. I think that's the only way we'd be able to pick up these numbers off the back of the jerseys.
We might need to get eyes on over there and get some binoculars for us. And Kyle, you have something you want to add down there on the sideline?
Yeah, we just won the toss and actually deferred to the second half, and we'll be kicking off to start the ball game tonight.
Great. Well, we appreciate that. You heard from Kyle Britt there that Petal has won the toss, elected to defer. Tommy, what do you think the keys to this game are tonight?
Well, stay focused. I think if the team stays focused, that it could get ugly. It really, because Forest Hill has really struggled. And if you look at some of their scores, they've been giving up quite a few points to several teams, and that some of the teams aren't quite as explosive as Petal. So, but you never know when you line it up and play football. You just never know. Hopefully we don't have turnovers, but things like that, turnovers can happen in a game, and it can make a game close. It's not supposed to be so.
That's right, and I'm sure Coach Boyles has made made his team aware of that, and I'm sure you may get to see some action from some players that you don't normally get to see play as much as some of the other names. So, this could be an interesting ball game for Petal. They clearly should be the superior team on the field tonight. They're the highest-ranked 6A team in the state. I love opening up the papers, Tommy, and looking on Max Preps online and see South Panola looking up at the Petal Panthers.
Exactly. It's just been a long time since that you haven't seen South Panola in the top 2 or 3 of the polls in 6A football. You're right. And
a lot of folks talk about a down year for South Panola, and they do have 2 losses, but they are still undefeated in the state. So
they played Hoover, didn't they?
They played Hoover and lost to Hoover. They also had to go over and play a team out of Little Rock, Arkansas, that's nationally ranked. And just a little update, national rankings, as we get set for kickoff. Forest Hill is already out on the field for the return team. Petal huddling on the side. Petal is now up to number 85 nationally ranked in the country after the win last week. So really cool to see this Panther team rise top 100. As Petal gets set for kickoff. So, Tommy, I think you hit the nail right on the head, my friend. I think just staying focused and staying, just keep doing your job.
Yep, that's right. I think that national ranking is very, we're deserving of that. But I tell you what, a lot of that probably comes from that TV game. That they had to be impressed with that. Of course, Oak Grove played well that game too. But I think that part of the nation got to see how good Petal is this year. So
and that rivalry, the Petal Oak Grove rivalry, that we may be able to write another chapter in the next few weeks. You never know.
I know it.
It reminds me a little bit of that State Ole Miss rivalry, the Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, where you can throw records out because those teams just don't like each other. And we're underway here as the kickoff is going to sail into the end zone. Tristan Reynolds, as we've seen most of the year, and I'm looking out here as Tommy's kind of pointing to my attention. The wind is blowing hard. As Petal just kicked off from our left to our right, that ball went about 8 yards deep. And Tommy, I'd say that the flag, the Mississippi State flag, the American flag, and also the Petal High School flag are pretty much at standing straight out.
They are. I checked the Weather Channel before I left, and what. Kyle said it'd be at 10, 11 o'clock, but I think that wind, it's out of the north, straight out of the north, so it's going to continue. The temperatures should drop.
Especially the sun's going down now. And first play from scrimmage, we're ready from the 20-yard line. Forest Hill on a deep out pass. Pass is going to be juggled and caught out of bounds. A beautiful throw, Tommy, down the sideline is actually juggled and incomplete. On that far side, I believe it was Jalen Bonet with coverage. He was beaten by about a stride and a half, and the ball was laid right in his hands.
But, Jalen had great positions to where, if he did catch it, he was going to be out of bounds. So good job by Jalen.
You're exactly right. And let me see here. Let's see what we've got. That Joshua Moncure, again, we've mentioned throughout the year, and I just wanted to double check as to why I just took that pause for that second. A sophomore quarterback at Forest Hill. We've seen plenty of sophomore quarterbacks in this district. Handoff inside on the second play for the Forest Hill Patriots. It's a gain of about 3. That's going to be Guy in on the tackle. Jaron Guy up at about the 23. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
And this is what you want to do. And that was his design, to let them have the ball first, and let's stop them and set the tone for the rest of the game.
Get some of that momentum. On that last carry, that was 22, Elliott Wilson, a junior. So Forest Hill has struggled. They are a very young team, especially on the offensive side of the ball. 3rd down and 7. Moncure under a heavy rush. He's going to throw an out pass, and there's a wide open receiver, and he missed him. Jalen Bonet fell down, Tommy, at about the 32-yard line. And his receiver up near the 50 was wide open, and he just overthrew him.
Got a break, didn't we?
Well, I'll tell you, that's one of those things, and I can't imagine. When I played, I didn't play quarterback, but when you look out there and you see a receiver 20 yards behind the defensive back, you might get a little excited, and the sophomore threw it a little hard. But, we did catch a little bit of a break that time. That's going to bring up 4th down and 7.
Boy, Trevor's way up, isn't he? Evidently,
Oh, you're not kidding. The ball's at the 23, folks, and Trevor Williams, the return specialist for the Petal Panthers, is standing at the Forest Hill 45, 22 to 23 yards off the line of scrimmage.
I guess they've seen this on film.
So it's a high snap, and it is a kick that is straight up in the air, and Petal needs to pay attention to this one as it's going to take a bounce, and it's still bouncing as several Forest Hill players weren't sure where the ball goes. And Tommy, I don't know if I can remember a time I've seen a punt that didn't reach the first down stick. That is a 5-yard punt. Do you remember the last time you saw a 5-yard punt?
But I'm looking at those flags, Corey, and boy, he kicked right straight into that wind. I don't know if you remember this. A long time ago, I'll show you my age, Mississippi State was playing Ole Miss in Jackson. Did you know about that?
Are you talking about the punt?
No, it was a kick. It was a field goal to win the game, and it got about halfway. It was good, got halfway, and the wind was like that and blew it back. Blew it back. I'd never seen anything like that before.
If he kicked that punt any further, it would have been behind him, Tommy. I don't know if I've seen that. First play, here he goes down the seam, incomplete. Actually, good coverage. He did have a receiver open. It looked like he had Jamarcus Revy's open.
Yeah, Jamarcus.
But he was good coverage underneath, and a first down pass by Larson Barkern's incomplete. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. We're just 1 minute and 8 seconds into the ball game. Petal with their first offensive possession, and we're scoreless, but Petal with great field position at the Forest Hill 28. Handoff right side, it's a keeper. Barkin rolling out to his left, looking for some room. And he's run out of bounds after a gain of only 2, so a good defensive play out there, again, by the Patriots, limiting Larson to just 2 yards on the carry.
Yeah, a little bit slow on actually taking the ball out of the gut of, I guess that's, I can't see the number.
It's hard to see. Bo Waite?
It's got to be Bo Waite, yes, I'm sorry. He was a little bit slow taking it back out of his belly there and keeping it, so that kind of slowed everything up.
Hey, guys, that was Bo Waite's last play. If you need anything with the numbers, just let me know.
Thank you. 3rd down and 8 pass out in the flat is caught by Waits. He's inside the 20, and that's down to the 16-yard line. Tommy, that's going to be enough on the 10-yard completion to move the chains.
Yep.
Nice pass by Larson Barker and underneath, and a good job by Bo Waits to break his round off and kind of sit down in coverage. That's another one of those things we've talked about throughout the season is how well coached these receivers are.
Yes.
And Forrest had dropped back into a soft zone. And it was great coverage underneath. Completed to Waits and is a first down for the Panthers.
Yeah, great. That's the quarterback's one of his best friends is when he breaks that route and helps him out.
First down play is going to be a keeper by Barker and looking for room up the middle. And there's nothing there. In fact, it's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of maybe about a half a yard on the play.
Yeah, they had that stuffed pretty well up the middle that time.
Again, apologize if we're having trouble deciphering some of the players and the numbers for Petal, as their uniforms from up here at the top of the press box, or top of the stadium rather, in the press box are very difficult to see. So 2nd down and 10 from the 17-yard line. Barkern's in shotgun. He's going to drop back to pass, still looking, plenty of time, fires inside, and it's going to be caught. I believe it's caught on the deflection. They're not going to rule that an interception. That's a touchdown, Tommy. The ball was deflected straight up in the air and fell into the lap of one of the Panther receiver.
I thought they had intercepted it.
Wow, Kyle, who was that down there who caught that touchdown pass?
Jackson with
Jesse Jackson was. Thank you, sir. Jackson was hit as the ball got there. It was good coverage, Tommy.
Yes, it was.
But a very interesting, unique. We've seen the ball bounce interestingly this year, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Especially in that end zone. Here's the point after. I don't think our kicker's going to have any problem with the distance on that one with the wind at his back. The extra point is up. It's good. 9:32 to play in the first quarter. Petal leading 7-0.
I could have swore that it bounced off a Petal Panther and right into their hands for an interception, but I couldn't see the black jersey because there was 3 white shirts there, and then Jesse was right in the middle of it, and I just couldn't pick it up.
As he ran that slant that they love to run, he got hit as the ball got there at about the goal line. Popped up in the air. It looked like it was going to be intercepted. The defensive back dove in where the ball was tipped.
Yeah.
And Jesse kind of just, hello, there it is. Ball was laying in his lap. So it is a Petal Panther touchdown just like that. 4 plays and a Panther touchdown, and 7-0. Petal leads just 2.5 minutes into the ballgame.
And Corey, you talked about how well our receivers do the things that they're supposed to do, and that's a prime example. That didn't just happen by accident. Jesse kept focus on the ball where it was, and just happened to be right there and made the catch. So.
It's interesting talking about sports, and it doesn't matter how good you are. You've got to get some breaks. You've got to get some balls to bounce your way.
Yes.
If you've been watching the World Series, the Giants are getting every bounce to go their way. That's what you need when you're going to win. So kickoff by Reynolds this time clears the end zone.
Yeah.
I'm looking out to my left, and those flags sure are blowing hard. So, again, Forest Hill will start from their own 20, and this could be a long quarter going into the win for this team that's struggling.
Yes. I bet Tristan's wishing he might get a chance at like a 40 or 50-yard field goal tonight just to get it up in that wind.
Just for some fun, get it on one of those, let the wind take it home.
I know Forest Hill doesn't want to punt again, that's for sure.
I imagine if they get into 4th down and long yardage, they may consider going for it here. Handoff right side on 1st down. Nice 5-yard run for the Patriots again on the right side. That's Elliott Wilson. Good downhill run to pick up 5 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, that all started with the push up front. Good push by the offensive line for Forest Hill.
Looking at their line, they are a little bit undersized compared to some of the other lines. Most of the other lines we've seen, especially in this district, are so stout on that interior line. They average about 245, 250 up front. So a little undersized. Handoff on the right side. This time it's going to be, again, Wilson. He's going to pick up about 2.5. It's going to set up a 3rd down and short.
Yeah, you don't normally see Petal get pushed back twice like that, and they didn't that time, so good stop. So another big 3rd down here.
Plenty of good seats still, and it's filled in pretty nicely, but there's still some good seats if you're coming out to the stadium tonight looking on the far sideline. If you can't get any seats, Tommy, on the home side, there's plenty of room on the visitor side. It looks like there's maybe 20 or 25 people without the band.
Without the band, that's right.
Excluding the band. So here's the 3rd down and 2 play. Again, looking deep downfield and well covered there. That's good safety play up top. And I can actually see that's Jonah Myers, so I was glad I could pick out a number there. Jonah Myers on the good play on the safety read, and it's going to bring up 4th down. And look at that, Tommy, they're going to punt the football.
Oh, boy. This will be another adventure for him.
This is going to be an interesting adventure. Kicking into a stiff breeze, seeing if he can increase on that 5-yard punting average. So we'll see what can happen here. Last punt again, 5 yards. They're at the 28-yard line. Again, back for the Panthers under a heavy rush. This is actually a decent kick, Tommy. It's 22 yards.
Trevor's got some room.
Trevor does have some room, and he's got a block from behind, and they throw a flag.
Yeah.
They got him for the clip or a block in the back. The return by Trevor all the way down to the 31. Give him 22 on the punt and 19 on the return. But there is a flag at the 36-yard line, and it's going to be for a block in the back against the Panthers.
It looked like Jonah Myers. It looked like 15, but
yeah, I believe that's exactly who that was, Tommy. I was thinking 15 as well. And they got the call right. It was right in front of the sideline and was pretty blatant as a block in the back. So
it was indeed Jonah Myers. They got a couple score updates from region games.
Okay.
Brandon up to an early lead.
We didn't get that Kyle cut out. Pac-Man trying to cut the ring.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you in just a moment, Kyle, on the sideline. We're having some interference. That beeping reminds me of like Q-Bird or something.
It does,
those old video games. So from the 47-yard line following the 15-yard penalty for the block in the back, this is a handoff to Tyus Rain, downhill running and a nice run. We heard how good of a week of practice he had. He's going to pick up 6, maybe 7 yards. So Tyus with a good first carry of the ball game for him down to the 41.
Yeah, and you're right. Kyle told us that he had a tremendous week of practice and said that he had looked faster and quicker than he has all year, so that's good to hear.
Always good to get him back, especially after that injury against Hattiesburg in the second half, and it really didn't look good. If you remember, he was running that streak down the sideline on that wheel route. Barker to throw, hit as he throws it. Amazing to get that ball away, and he got hit pretty hard. Blindside from the right. Pass out on the left side for Jamarcus Rebbes was incomplete, so it's going to bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it 4.
Yeah, the pass was there, but Jamarcus got rocked pretty good too after he caught the ball and he knocked it loose.
I'll tell you what, Forest Hill's been hitting a little bit.
Yes,
I've been pretty impressed with their physicalness early, but 7 minutes, 27 seconds to play in the first quarter. Petal leading 7-0. They have the ball again, 3rd and 4 at the Forest Hill 41, moving from our left to our right. It's going to be a handoff. Rain looking to bounce outside, and he's unable to do so. He's going to be tackled at the 41 after a gain of or no gain, excuse me. He fought to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 4th down. And, Tommy, it looks like already they're leaving the offense out there on the field.
Yeah, might as well. I think, again, just not in – I think we're focused. We're just not clicking yet here on offense.
4th down and 4 from the 41-yard line. Clock running under 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Petal leading Forest Hill.
The slot man is not even being covered.
No, it should, and he reads that outside. It's been right there, and that should be a penalty, shouldn't it, Tommy?
That was late.
Wow, and there's no flag down,
Wow.
and the Petal sideline very unhappy with that they did not throw a flag. Pass out in the flat, and Larson very, very unlike him to miss a receiver that wide open. Just ran a simple, quick 7-yard out route, and the ball was clearly overthrown. He was hit pretty hard. Kind of surprised, as it is a turnover, that there was no penalty on that play.
Let's see, wait now. Is there a flag?
I don't see a flag down. Kyle, what's going on down there on the field?
It looks like they did call a flag.
Hold.
They're calling defensive holding on the play before the pass.
Hey, there was a flag on the defense, automatic first down for the Panthers.
Good deal.
Score updates, I got them for you. Hattiesburg strikes first on Oak Grove, 7-0 Tigers in the first quarter. Also, Brandon leads early, 7-0 over Natchez, and Meridian 6-0 over Terry.
Thank you very much for those scores.
Did you see the flag, Corey? I never did see the flag.
I did not see a flag. It was on the far sideline, and that's an assist over here. Thank you very much to our internet guys for seeing that one. They can zoom in, Tommy. They're cheating. They can see that on the first down play. Right. Ball spotted at the 31. Post route is incomplete down the field. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Well, so yeah, I guess I didn't see a flag down. We're being told it was on the far side of the field, and there was a 10-yard holding penalty that'll give them an automatic first down play for Petals. Another incomplete pass, and Larson struggling just a little bit early on. 2nd down and 10 play, handoff inside.
Ooh.
And Tyus Rain has absolutely nowhere to go. He's going to be dropped back at the 33 for a loss of 2. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, Brandon, sorry.
That's all right.
Forest Hill playing
similar colors.
Inspired on defense so far tonight. So Petal's going to have to step it up a notch here now and get some completions downfield. Been a little bit off on the like the out routes, and he's been overthrowing them. Of course, the wind is behind his back too, so that may have something to do with it
and
too.
Especially with how open that end zone is down there, it is probably whipping down there on the field. 3rd down and 12. Pass underneath is intercepted, picked off at the 25-yard line. Looking for some room and a huge hit. Wow. Running with the football and finally dropped at the 33-yard line. Jonathan Sanders, the senior linebacker, just sat down in coverage, and I don't think Larson Brockman saw him.
Never saw him. He didn't.
And was that Larson who took a big shot?
I couldn't see the number. I wish I could.
And Kyle, did you see who took a big shot for the Panthers on that play?
It was indeed Larson, but he's up here talking to Coach Beach. May have just kind of woke him up. Hopefully it woke him up a little bit. Not been on the same page with the receivers so far, but Forest Hill's got the best field position of the game at the 33-yard line.
1st down and 10 following the turnover from the 33-yard line. They're looking for the home run ball. It's deep downfield, and it's incomplete. Perfect coverage out there on that sign by Jalen Bonet at about the 42-yard line. So, Tommy, an interesting start to this ball game. Forest Hill, who has struggled, they're playing fairly inspired. It looks like, if nothing else, that they're going to play very physical tonight.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, when they played Oak Grove, this was kind of similar to how the ball game went early. Forest Hill really hung in there, and it was, I know it was no score for a long time, and then, of course, Oak Grove got it going.
That's right. So on the 2nd down and 10 play handoff, straight ahead, and this is going to be a 1st down carry for 12 yards from Miller all the way out to the 45-yard line. As the clock is ticking down, we have 5.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Again, Petal leading 7-0, striking on their first offensive possession on a 17-yard touchdown pass to Jesse Jackson. So Forest Hill looking to answer that touchdown. from the 45, handoff inside, and not much doing that time. Holmes will be slammed down after a 1-yard pickup.
And I wish I could see the number there. I think that's my boy. It is Forrest Harvey.
Yeah, Forrest Harvey. You can. He's a man down there on the field, and when in doubt tonight, Tommy, you can never go wrong with calling 46's number. Inevitably, he's going to be around the ball, and just the growth. I mean, obviously his upside. Everybody knew about how great and talented he was coming into the season, but his growth this year has just been awesome to watch.
Better every game. You're right.
Every game. Great leader on this defense. Second down and 9 pass underneath and slammed to the turf. Jamarcus couldn't wrap him up. He finally got him into Panther territory right at the first down stick at the 45. Tommy caught the ball 6 yards downfield and kind of dragged Revies about 4 yards with him.
Yes, he did.
And Jamarcus said, I've had enough of that, and kind of picked him up and slammed him down.
And under pressure, that was a superb pass. I mean, put a lot of zip on that ball.
You're exactly right, and we've seen some interesting balls here from Moncure for a first down play from the 45. No gain on the carry inside by Jamarcus Holmes. So from the 45-yard line, Forest Hill set for their second down and 10 play as we approach the 4-minute mark to play in the first quarter.
I felt a little sluggish on defense right now. I hadn't really stepped it up like I hoped they would, but I think they will.
Yeah, a little sluggish tonight. I know like we talked about, they wrapped it up, and it's just more of a focusing issue than anything else. Pass out in the flat is caught. Beautiful adjustment and catch by number 18, Ambrose Ali. Again, just a junior on a great pass again by Moncure. Good arm for this sophomore.
Yes, he has. He's been off on the deep balls, but these short patterns, he's been pretty accurate.
So it's 3rd down and 5. Forest Hill definitely in 4-down territory now. I don't think they'll punt the football into the wind on the plus side of the field.
No doubt.
So 3rd down and 5, ball spotted at the 40. 3.5 to play in the first quarter. Again, Petal leading 7-0, and Moncure is going to call for a timeout for the Patriots. So it's our first timeout. Kyle's down there on the sideline. Kyle, what's the atmosphere and the attitude like on the sideline for the Panthers?
Well, Corey, looks like a little bit of frustration after the turnover right there, as Forest Hill seems to have kind of shifted the momentum more towards their way. But, defense right here can fix all that with a big stop right here on 3rd down and 5. And more than likely, Forest Hill's in 40-on territory. Got another score. We have Brandon's taking a 14-0 lead over Natchez in the first quarter. Brandon's playing pretty much, if they win, they'll almost lock up a playoff spot tonight.
We appreciate that. We have another score to pass along midway through the first quarter, a little bit north of here, but a big battle for playoff positioning up in the Jones County area. Northeast Jones with a 7-3 lead over Laurel midway through the first quarter. So again, it's 7-3 the score, Northeast Jones over Laurel. So trying to bring you as many of the scores as we can. Tommy, interesting first quarter to say the least. It doesn't have that Panther feel to this game yet.
It doesn't. Larson, again, he's done this before. He's been a little bit off on those seam patterns, but I think he'll pick that up. But that win is really still, I mean, those flags now, all 3 flags are just completely straight out. So it's zipping along pretty good, and I think that's affecting him a little bit, throwing the ball downfield.
It is very windy down there on the field, and of course that front broken play here. Moncros from the blind side is drilled and dropped back at the 45-yard line, breaking free and coming in with the tackle. Is that Jonah Myers, Tommy?
I cannot see.
I'm asking you for some help. I can't see it either. It looks like 15 came blindsided on the busted play. And again, it's hard to say. Nope, that's not. It's Mr. Knight that made that.
Chris Knight.
Chris Knight up in on that from the end position. Backs him up to the 45-yard line. It's going to set up a 4th down and 10. A big sack for Chris Knight. And you can feel that wind really starting to come into the press box. Some of our papers and stuff that we have out here to try and help us do what we do every night are starting to blow around. This is a punt headed towards the sideline, and it's going to bounce out of bounds at the 26-yard line. So a 19-yard punt out of bounds at the Panther 26. So Petal will take over at their own 26. 2 minutes, 31 seconds to play in the first quarter. Petal leading this game 7-0. So Kyle, on the sideline, I know you were talking about some score updates. I don't know if you have any more score updates, but what's the you didn't really get into the attitude. What's the attitude like of the team down there?
It's very positive right now. Big stop right there. As Petal's trying to get things fixed on offense.
and we appreciate that. We're having some interference.
Adjustments. Got score updates from the coast. We just start looking at that as Bo Waits runs the ball there. Biloxi up 14-0 over Hancock, a Biloxi team we could be seeing in the first round.
Well, I appreciate that, Kyle. We'll have to keep our eyes a little bit south of here. First down carry by Bo Waits is going to pick up about 5 yards. They're going to give him 6, Tommy, out at the 32-yard line. So 2nd down and 4. Clock running late stages of the first quarter. Here's a pass out in the flat to Jamarcus with some room, Tommy. Looking for a block, and a good job to come off the block. He picked up about 8 yards, but a good job by Forest Hills number 29, Talbot Robinson, to come off that block. And if he doesn't come off that block, Jamarcus is still running with the football.
That's right. Well, changed a little change of strategy on offense here. Instead of throwing the ball, pretty good downfield, we're just throwing the short routes and running the ball. So, and oh gosh, what a hole!
Look at that hole, all the way out to the 49-yard line. That's Bo Waits on a 9-yard first down carry. Yeah, that offensive line now on this drive, Tom, it looks like they may be starting to assert themselves just a little bit.
I think Kyle's right. I think they got their attention on the sideline when they were over there last time.
So here's Tyus again, straight ahead all the way down to the Forest Hill 45. That's going to move the chains again. When you're picking up 6, 7, 8, 9 yards, Tommy, at a clip, it goes a long way. So they're moving the ball down to the 46. Petal in business as the clock is started again. 1.5 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Well, those linebackers getting closer and closer to the line of scrimmage now, so we are going to pop another one here in a minute.
Here's Tyus again as he throws on the brakes and cuts upfield. He's going to pick up about 3 down to the 43-yard line, and they look content right now to just run the football.
Well, the Forest Hill player came out of the pile with the football, but it's still Petal's football.
So spot the ball at the 43-yard line, 2nd down and 7. We tick under 1 minute to go.
Last week Tyus was just not full speed, and you could tell, but boy, tonight he does look like he's ready to go.
Yeah, he looks very explosive back there. They're going to give him the ball again, and there he is. Look at Tommy. Look at that run.
Wow.
Lowers his head, ran over one of the linebackers, got into that second level, kept those legs turning. That's about as good of a 6 or 7 yard carry as you're going to see all season.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bounce in him tonight. I like this.
And they're spotting the ball at the 36-yard line, so it should be enough. It is. It's going to be a first down for the Petal Panthers. They're spotting it.
Yeah, well, the chains are just now moving.
There you go. So there goes the clock as it continues to run now. 28 seconds, 25 in the first quarter. Waits left side and nothing much doing. He's going to pick up 1 yard. And Tommy, that's probably going to do it for the first quarter of action here. Bo Waits on a 1 yard carry. So
yes, because the Petal's been doing this fast play. Yeah, quick snaps here. They may try to get. No, I don't think they're going to make it.
With the wind at their back.
Yeah, the wind.
Clock is down to 5 seconds as they come set to the line of scrimmage. 3, 2, and 1, and that's going to do it for the first quarter here at Panther Stadium. Our score at the end of the first quarter: Petal leading Forest Hill by a score of 7-0. You're listening to Petal Panther football on 93.1 WGDQ. We'll be back with our second quarter of action right after these words. And welcome back to Panther Stadium. First play of the second quarter. Jamarcus Reeves on a wide receiver screen. He takes it. He goes 15 yards down to the 20-yard line. And that'll move the chains, Tommy. It's 7-0 as we get set to start the second quarter of action here. And we talked, and you talked at length about that wind. Now going into the wind, and this actually sometimes helps a quarterback.
Yes, it does. You're right.
We talked about how it was hard to throw at the wind at your back. We always hear about the ball sailing, but you always hear that sometimes it may be a little bit easier to throw the ball, especially those shorter routes, into the wind. First down handoff inside. Bo waits with nothing, fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage. We'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you don't see Bo Waits go backwards very much. I haven't this year.
And I've been impressed for a team that comes in with a record of 2-7. They definitely have some athletes on this football team for Forest Hill.
Yeah, and you're right. Very young team, but very talented. You can see that already.
That's all you need is just another good team in the district, right? We're not stacked already. Bobbled snap rather, and Barkern just broken play, looking to get outside, and he can. He's going to be pushed down at the 20-yard line. Tom, it has a little bit of a sluggish feel early on here.
It does.
Looking at the Panther down there at about the 20-25-yard line as he's cruising the sideline, and he doesn't look real happy early on, looking for some more offense. He wants to see a Panther touchdown or two.
I guarantee you. I think that coach down there on the sideline named Marcus Balls wants to see something happen good here too.
I'm sure that he's very very aware that they've scored just 7 points. Of course, we are just a minute into the second quarter, but it's 7-0 Petal. 3rd down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Good protection. Barkern's going to run.
Got him in the end zone.
He sure does on the post. It's going to be caught, and it is a Panther touchdown. 20 yards. You can't do it any prettier than that. And we just talked about it. 2 nice passes into the breeze. And that was a beautiful route run, just on that little out route over the shoulder. And Jamarcus with a beautiful touchdown catch, 20 yards on the pitch and catch, Tommy.
I mean, you just, like you said, you draw it up on the board just like that. He throws the ball and puts it exactly where the receiver's going to be on his right shoulder.
So senior Tristan Reynolds on for the point after. The kick is up into the wind. And, Tommy, that was a straight kick, but you could see how long that took to get back to that screen behind the uprights. But it is 14-0. Kyle, tell us a little bit about the touch that Larson put on that touchdown pass to Jamarcus.
Larson put it just where, right perfect spot for Jamarcus to catch a touchdown there. Just great pitch and catch on 3rd and 10. Petal takes a 14-0 lead here. Hopefully we can get 1 or 2 more before halftime and kind of take it easy in the second half. But got some score updates from the Coast region. Possible upset in the making. George County leads D'Iberville.
Oh, we got teased there, Kyle. We couldn't hear that one. You had it built up and it faded out right there at the end. We'll try and get that score update as you're trying to fix that your headset on the sideline.
Okay, he was talking about George County, D'Iberville. George County came into that game at 1-8.
D'Iberville, I think, was undefeated.
7-1.
Oh, they're 7-1. Are they undefeated in the district?
Diableville was 4-1 in the district.
Okay, so they lost last week. I believe that was their first district loss and their first loss on the season. So it is.
Hey guys, the score actually is George County 10, D'Iberville 0 at the end of the 1.
Wow, end of the first quarter, 10-0 score. We're 14-0 here, Petal with a lead in time. That's a live football. Yeah. It's still bouncing around back at the 6-yard line under a heavy rush, and that's just a great special teams play. Kick down there, Forest Hill bobbled it at about the 5-6-yard line. No return on the kick, and Tommy, you don't see that very often. That coach is probably not going to be real thrilled with the return man for Forest Hill.
No, he I don't know what he was doing, but there was so much indecision on whether to pick the ball up. And, if you're the coach, you're saying, come on, pick it up. And
it's a live football.
Time he did, we had 3 or 4, black shirts, really soaring down there and put a pretty good lick on him.
Sure did. So they actually spot the ball at the 7-yard line. 10 minutes and 58 seconds to play in the first half. Petal with a 14-0 lead here over Forest Hill.
Got him backed up here. Maybe we get a turnover.
There you go. Forest Hill in the eye. Handoff left side is going to pick up 3 yards, so a nice first down carry to give him a little bit of breathing room out to the 10-yard line.
I did check the stats a while ago in the break on their punts, and they're averaging 25 yards a punt. So,
wow.
So now we know why Trevor was so close up on
23 yards.
I knew it was the wind had something to do it, but.
Well, I'll tell you, we talk about coaching, and of course, Coach Boyles has some video monitoring equipment in his office. And you know that he's got this team scouted well as he does. He knows he's not going to miss anything. Play inside on the handoff, gain of about 3, maybe 4. Henderson with the carry is going to pick up about 4.
It looked like Big Hayden Lott tripped him up just as he got the line of scrimmage, so he wasn't able to get very much.
They spot the ball at the 13, so it's going to be 3rd down and about 4 to go as we tick under the 10-minute mark remaining in the first half. Of course, this game, as Tommy, is really moving along. It's 7:35 local time. We kicked off 35 minutes ago, and we have under 10 minutes to go in the half. So really moving. These teams haven't had many incompletions, and we're just moving right along. Handoff inside. Short gain on the play.
It's going to be short about a yard.
I believe you're right. He stopped at about the 17. He needed to get close to the 18, so he's about a full yard shy of the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down and short.
Not bringing the punt team on. Surely they're not going to go far. Of course, you know when you're 2-7, not this deep.
Well, it looks like unless they're going to call a timeout, they haven't spotted the ball live for play yet. I'm not quite sure as the officials are talking about it.
Are they bringing the chains out?
I believe they are actually. Tommy, we're worried about the 45-yard line.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is down the left end zone. From here, does he look like he's not about at least a yard shy?
He is a yard shy.
Okay.
I don't know why they're doing this.
They're bringing the chains out. Heat timeout. There's the measure.
Look at it's over.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a yard.
It's a yard and a half. Just a little short. He didn't put his arms up to signal how far he had to go, so I guess that's a pretty good way. Usually if it's 4th and about 6 inches, they'll just kind of go like that. Or,
you got it.
But he didn't even.
He couldn't spread that far.
He couldn't get his arms spread out that far.
They are going for it.
They're going to line up and go for it.
So it could be a pooch punt now. I'm not sure, but I bet that's what they're going to do.
So it's 4th down, and we're going to say a yard and a half. Ball's at the 16, and even from where we were sitting, Tommy, we're way up here. That one was pretty obvious that they were short. I'm not quite sure why they measured.
Watch the hard count, Corey.
Yep. Backs are in the eye on 4th down and about a yard, just over a yard.
Yeah, he's doing the hard count.
And they're going to call a timeout, and Forest Hill is going to probably punt. They wanted to just see if they could get Petal to jump, and it didn't happen. Kyle, do you understand why they measured on that last one? I'm just maybe trying to get some.
On and off. Not really sure why they tried to punt.
And we apologize again for the technical difficulties. Tommy, they're shooting out. Have you seen? They're shooting out these awesome Panther pink T-shirts.
Yeah, it's cool.
Very cool. As the NFL and college are doing, high schools doing it as well, supporting breast cancer awareness. And I think it's a wonderful thing that these high schools have adopted. It's a great cause, and just really neat that they have a cannon gun here on the sideline shooting out pink T-shirts to the fans. Just a cool thing.
Well, I guess I should have gotten my wife here to dye my hair pink tonight.
That would have been awesome,
I
Tommy.
got so much of it up there that probably would have stuck out pretty good.
At least your mustache could have been dyed pink.
That's
that would have looked cool.
yeah, that's true.
And it's a wide snap, and it's a fake, and there's room out there on the left, and he stopped. He stopped. I believe he still had Tommy. I don't know.
Now the spots, he's got it.
He stopped.
He moved the spot.
All right, so the official comes in far side to the 17-yard line and stops. Then he takes a step forward to the 18 and says, hey, you know what? It's a 1st down. I'm not quite sure. That was a very odd play on the fake punt on 4th down and about a yard or so. There was all day out there.
Yeah, and he just stopped.
I'm not the most a fleet person. I could have had the 1st down on that play, no doubt, running backwards.
Yep.
Without shoes on. And he threw his brakes on and stopped and almost didn't pick up the first down.
The first down, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
We've seen it all tonight.
We've seen it all tonight just in the front. Folks, if you're just joining us, there's still 8 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the first half. So handoff left side on 1st down. Good 5-yard run. Again, that's going to be Holmes, and he's going to pick up 5.
And I can't see who the tackle, but a great arm tackle because he had gotten some room on the left side there. And looked to have really good game coming there, but I can't, again, apologize. We cannot see the numbers that well, but a good arm tackle to keep him from getting any more yards.
The score updates, Natchez with an interception return for a touchdown has cut that Brandon lead to 14-7 with about 9 minutes left in the first half, and at the end of the first quarter, Biloxi 28 and Hancock nothing. Handoff inside, spinning and absolutely drilled inside by this Panther defense. It's a loss of 2 on the play. And Tommy, I wish I could see who made that beautiful tackle for the Petal Panthers, but I couldn't see.
But I just can't see. Yeah, but Kyle can help us out there.
Kyle's trying. Unfortunately, he's having some technical difficulties with his headset. So
I'm trying. Hey, guys, that's Dwayne McIntyre with a big hit right there.
Thank you.
I think I'm going to have to hold both of my things up here and there to get it out. But, you know, big hit. Another score update. Gulfport leads Ocean Springs 7-0 in the first quarter.
All right, third and long play. Mountcross hit as he throws. It's overthrown again and incomplete. And this one's going to bring up fourth down. And for Forest Hill, they went for it on the fake punt, 4th and 1. They picked up another 5 yards following that first down, and now it looks like they're going to have to punt the football away again on 4th and 6.
Well, you could definitely see that time, Corey, that the wind kind of got under that ball when he released it. So it went about, 5, 6, 7 yards over the receiver's head, over everybody's head.
It just sails on you a little bit. You have to almost underthrow it a good 5 yards to get it to where you want to go if you're throwing a deep ball. So Williams will stand back, of course, now with the wind at their back. This one could get kind of interesting. We'll have to see what happens as Trevor stands back just on his own side of the 50. It's a low snap. This one's a driving kick back to the 43. Trevor calls for a fair catch, and he makes the fair catch at the 46-yard line. So the Panthers will take over with really good field position at their own 46. 7:24 remaining in the first half. Petal leading 14-0. Kyle, have you got those kinks worked out down there? I see it about the 40-yard line behind the Petal bench. You got it worked out down there?
I'm trying my best to. I think I got to hold both of them up at the same time, but just talked to someone on the sidelines. The Oak Grove Hattiesburg game is in the second quarter now. Still 7. I think I may get this if I can move. It's gonna make noise, but there's a lot of scores going on in our district to look at. That George County, the Iberville score could throw a monkey wrench into everything on the coast.
All right. Here's Barker handoff. Tyus Rain on the right side, running downhill, breaking tackles. He's going to be out of bounds in Forest Hill territory. They're going to spot him out of bounds at about the 46, so about an 8-yard carry on first down.
Boy, he looks good tonight. He really does. He's running with authority tonight.
And if you didn't get that score, we apologize. Hattiesburg leading Oak Grove 7-0 in the second quarter. So again, a crosstown game over at Warrior Field. We're keeping an eye on that one. Major playoff implications. And I have this gut feeling that Brandon, Oak Grove, and Hattiesburg are going to be your teams Brandon, Oak Grove, and Meridian, I think, are the teams to watch looking at their schedule. And a flag is going to be thrown. It was a handoff on the right side, first down yardage, and Jamarcus, after the play was over, went up to one of the defensive players and just pushed him over. And they threw a flag, and the coaches are calling him off the field right now to talk to him about that. This is going to be a 15-yard personal foul.
Yeah, the play was pretty much dead, too, when he hit him. So.
Yeah, the play was over, and it was about 15 yards behind the play.
Behind the play, yeah.
So it was right in front of the side judge who threw that flag. So they'll spot it off 15 yards from the first down gain at the 38. So this should spot it back at about Petal's own 47.
Original line of
right
scrimmage.
Back at the original line of scrimmage. It was a dead ball, so it should be third down. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes. They've got second down, but it should be third down, I think.
Well, unless he had the first down yardage, do you back it up? And
he did have the first down yardage.
Oh, okay. They've got first down on the side. The board says second.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. You had it. Yeah. He got the first down yardage.
Picked right. And then they march it off 15 yards. So it is a 1st and 10 for the Panthers at their own 47. So just right where they started a minute ago on the clock. Broken play. Barkin rolling out to his right. Nothing doing Tommy, and he's going to be flushed out of bounds back at the 42-yard line. It's a 5-yard loss on the sack.
Both outside linebackers were right on the line of scrimmage and came on the snap, so Larson really didn't have a chance to get any kind of yardage that time.
6 minutes, 14 seconds to play in the first half. Petal leading 14-0 over Forest Hill. First down for the Panthers at their own 42. Excuse me, second down and 15 from their own 42.
Going the wrong way.
Not used to seeing Petal do that this year. Low snap. Barker under a heavy rush is just going to fire it out in the flat. Incomplete. He kind of dumped that one off, Tommy. Just a little bit out of sync here, out of sorts. And I'm sure Coach Bulls is not going to be thrilled with that moving forward in this ballgame.
Yeah, we're removing the football pretty good there on the ground. And, of course, Tyus had that big run of about 17 yards and then had the personal foul. Then we just keep going. It just not clicking after that.
Big shout out and thank you to Dickey's Barbecue tonight for supplying the press box with food. It's always good, and we appreciate everything Dickey's does for us. That that brisket was really good tonight, and thank you so much for all you do for Petal Panther football. Pass down the flat is going to be caught. First down yardage on 3rd down and 15. Forest Hill cannot get off the field. Jesse Jackson with a beautiful adjustment and catch. Tommy, that was a great pitch and catch down to about the 38.
That's what you like to see right there. I mean, when you think about it, Corey, that's pretty tough. 3rd down and 15 yards. It's not very, in any level, it's hard to pick up a first down, and that was just to perfection there, pitch and catch.
That's right. It's a gain of 20 on the play, so nice pitch and catch inside. Ball at the 38, high snap Barkern. Kind of a busted play again, and we've seen that several times with some movement in the backfield. And Barkern's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, but it's going to bring up 2nd down and long.
Now remember, we do have a new center tonight. Didn't Kyle say that?
Right, that is correct. He's out with a high ankle sprain.
Yeah, and and you're seeing the effects of that. Nothing against him. It's just Larson's been used to the same one and same snapper the whole year, and it makes a difference. So they'll get it down, I'm sure.
I'm sure they will. 2nd down and 10 from the 38. Handoff inside. Some interference on the line, and I apologize for that. I'm not quite sure where that's coming from. That's a gain of 3 on the play. Give him maybe 3 down to the 36. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 7 from the 36-yard line. Tom, did you hear some interference there?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Kyle was trying to help us out.
It's possible. And I apologize for that at home. We're, again, I think this wind is having a lot to do with it. It's picking up consistently since the start of the game.
Another bad snap.
Another bad snap. Barkern's going to roll out to his right. He fires it back across his body, kind of like a punt downfield, and this one is going to be incomplete. Lucky that wasn't intercepted. Yeah. Several Forest Hill defenders back, and it falls incomplete to the turf. Bad snap, and Coach Bull's not real thrilled as his punting unit comes on the field. Okay, I'm sorry, Tommy.
That all started with another bad snap, so hopefully they can get that down, their rhythm down better for the night's over with. Yeah, he talked about Thad Roberts was out tonight, and I can't see the number of who's been doing the snaps tonight.
Well, Petal punt the football away into the wind, and this one's going to be kind of angled out of bounds. It's going to take a little bit of a Patriot bounce. And that's just a 15-yard punt, Tommy, into the wind. So it stops dead at the 23-yard line. 4 minutes, 22 seconds to play in the first half. 14-0 Petal with a lead here in this sloppy first half. And Forest Hill getting the ball back at their own 23. It's a little bit sluggish all around on both sides of the ball.
It is. It really is.
And we talked about that. If you're going to have one of those weeks, this is probably the team you want to do it against.
Yes.
In the district. Good thing it's not a Meridian or a Brandon or a Hattiesburg or an Oak Grove. This list goes on and on. Moncross down the seam. What a beautiful adjustment and a great catch across the 40, all the way out to the 43.
That ball was over his head.
It sure was. And that's their Jamarcus. Jamarcus Mabry on the reception.
Oh, okay.
So they have some of them. I'm glad that some of their players on their team, I haven't had to announce their names yet because I'd be a little bit. They have a defensive back for Forest Hill. His name is Stantavius, I believe is how you pronounce that name. But they do have several Jamarcuses, so it's easy. They have a number 1 Jamarcus as well. First down play from the 44. There's a handoff inside for a gain of about 2. Butler in on the tackle.
I kind of hope we could. They can stop the clock here with a pass because 3:44 and count. I'd like to get the football back one more time before halftime.
Of course, Petal did defer in the first half, so they will get the ball to start the second half. Moncross back to pass again.
He's got him open.
He does have his receiver open, and it's just low. He broke that towards the corner, towards the end zone, Jamarcus again. Their Jamarcus Mabry, and it landed right at about his feet, incomplete. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 8.
And that's the first time tonight he's been short. He's got the wind behind his back, and it's kind of odd that ball it was short when he threw to him that time, but he was wide open on the seam route.
I'll tell you what, he sure was. It looked like a blown coverage downfield for the Panthers. So spot the ball at the 46. Again, there's 3:28 to play in the first half. 14-0 Petal. Quarterback keeper. Moncross has a first down and more into Panther territory and out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Nice run for the sophomore to pick up the yardage needed for the first down to move the chains.
I don't understand that. He ran out of bounds. He had a good block downfield that he could have gotten several more yards, and it was 3 minutes left. It's kind of like he went out of bounds like the clock was running down or something.
That was interesting. It looked like he was trying to get out of bounds, have a shot for a field goal or something. And he was inside the hashes when he sprinted to the sidelines. Handoff inside. Gain of about 4 on the carry for Holmes. So Forest Hill's starting to adjust it a little bit, doing a good job. They're actually moving the ball pretty good on this drive, Tommy.
They really are. Too nice. I mean, that pass that was over the receiver's head was really a nice catch. It kind of ignited this drive.
Tommy, I'm thinking that it was not a good move wearing shorts tonight. And starting to really, really cheery up, as they say. Pass downfield, and you saw the wind just grab
that ball, didn't it?
It was a pass. He had a receiver open. Again, it's been interesting in this ball game to see some of these receivers running as open as they have.
I know
you agree with that? I mean,
it's a little scary, to be honest with you.
All season long,
we have 2 scores.
We've seen such tight coverage behind this defensive backfield of the Panthers, and they look like they're struggling a little bit on defense. Ball's at the 35-yard line. 3rd down and 6.
Clock stop. We need to get a stop here.
Get
the ball back.
2:45 to play in the second quarter. Big hit inside. Ball downfield, and Tommy Moncross got blown up as he threw that ball. He was hit at the 40-yard line and landed at the 45. I don't know if you saw that. In fact, I didn't even really watch the play develop because you're not going to take a bigger hit. And kudos to him to bounce off the turf and get up and trot off towards the sideline. It's going to bring up 4th and 6 on the incompletion. Again, the clock stopped with 2:37 to play in the second quarter.
Plenty of time to get the ball. Even if we get a touchback here, we could go 80 yards in 2.5 minutes.
Well, Forest Hill's going to go ahead and take their final timeout of the first half. This is their 3rd and final timeout. Just talk about what they want to do here on 4th and 6 from the 35. And we talked about it a little bit so far tonight, how sloppy Petal has looked on both sides of the ball. But, being sloppy and up 14-0 speaks volumes of your team.
Yeah, it does. And like you said, that was my biggest fear before the game started is being focused enough to do what you got to do. But I think probably the biggest disappointment is that we're not up 28-0, so that maybe he could rest some of his starters and get some kids some playing time that haven't played much all year. But hey, it is what it is tonight, and I'm sure that this Petal team will respond and put some more points on the board here pretty soon.
Kyle, is your headset working down on the sideline? You have any score updates for us?
Yeah, guys, our last score still remained the same, 7-0, trailing Hattiesburg, but we got an update. Brandon, 14, Natchez 12. Natchez just scored and went for 2, but it was unsuccessful. It's about to be halftime right there. Also, Meridian all over Terry, 34-0 with like 7 minutes to go in the second quarter, and that's scores from our area right there. Also, Summerall leads Perry Central 7-6.
4th down play. Moncross hit again as he throws. This one is going to be caught by Jamarcus Mabry, and he's going to have a 1st down and goal to go all the way down. He almost scored. He's all the way down to about the 2.
Yeah, man, they left as his slot receiver over here moved early, and they missed it. Oh, my goodness.
And I'll tell you what, Moncross showing his ability to stay in the pocket and get hit hard again as they brought a blitz off that right side for the Petal Panthers. Kind of stayed in there, stepped into his throw. It's completed. It's 1st down to goal to go inside the 3.
Yeah, another sophomore that's going, another one of those sophomore quarterbacks that we're going to be seeing for 2 more years. It looks pretty good.
Oh, handoff inside and nothing doing. The Panthers defense that time said we've had enough.
That was 25.
that is just a beautiful tackle by Aaron. Is that Bourgeois?
Yeah, I could see the number that time. Oh, he hit him.
Aaron Bourgeois brought that's what you call a lick. And Tommy, answer me this on that one. He looked like he was stopped forward progress at about the 5. They've spotted the ball at the 3.
I see that.
So 2nd down and goal. Delay draw handoff inside looking for the goal line, and he's going to be stopped short this time on the carry. That was Holmes again, and he's going to be stopped at about the 2. So a good job by this Panthers defense. They're actually going to spot the ball at about the 1.5. Clock is running. It's going to be 3rd down and goal. We have 1 minute and 25 seconds to play in the second quarter. Petal leading 14-0, but Forest Hill knocking on the door. Quarterback keeper inside, diving for the end zone. There's no signal yet, and they now call a touchdown.
Wow.
It is a Forest Hill touchdown on the quarterback keeper. So it's a 1-yard touchdown run, and Forest Hill is on the board here at Panther Stadium late in the first half.
Yeah, nice drive. I tell you what, 2 big throws by the quarterback there, who's having a nice night so far. And nice catches too. He's got some good receivers.
He does. This is an interesting 2-7 team. They don't look like a 2-7 team. Of course, we talked about Petal thus far looking just a little bit sloppy. So on to attempt the point after touchdown is Joseph Nuttall, just a freshman. And he's on to attempt the extra point. It's a good snap. It's a good hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good. We have 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining here in the first half. Petal leading Forest Hill 14-7. And, well, Tommy, talk a little bit about what you've seen early on in this ball game.
Just what we talked about before the game. We've kind of lost focus on both sides of the ball, and I think when we go in at halftime, they'll be talking about this. I don't think there'll be any silence in that locker room. There'll be some coaches talking a little bit about what we need to do here in the second half.
Some discussion?
Yes, some discussions, yes. Heated discussions, probably.
Right.
But yeah, I'm like you, Corey. 2-7. But I'm very impressed by the receiver corps, and the quarterback has made some nice throws for them. So Petal just needs to buckle up here in the second half. But minute 12, we get some good throws downfield, and maybe we might get us a touchdown here before halftime. But a lot's going to depend on how we do on this kickoff.
On this kickoff, right. Yeah. And, of course, Forest Hill kicking off with the wind at their back. If you're just joining us, it is 14-7. Excuse me, the scoreboard says 6. They said the extra point was good, didn't they, Tommy?
He said good.
Okay, it is good.
It looked good to me, but they did.
Just hadn't changed the scoreboard yet. 14-7. We ask that you stay along or stay with us at halftime. We'll be discussing some Petal soccer as they're getting underway, the soccer season here for the Petal Panthers men and women, and we're going to discuss that amongst other things. I know Kyle will be along for the second half of halftime with some local scores as we move closer to the playoffs here in District 6-3A. So here's the kickoff. It's a short kick from about the 30-yard line, return all the way out to about the 38. So pretty good field position, Tommy. 104 remaining in the first half. Petal will take over at their own 38.
Well, it'll be interesting to see here if we go downfield pretty quick here right off the bat, or if we try to bust a couple of runs up the middle, because that your cornerback's going to be kind of playing back some, a little soft. So we might be able to bust one up the middle here and get a big run by Tyus.
All right, so the band for Petal getting ready to take the field for their halftime show, but let's see if we can get some fireworks out of this Panther offense here. 62 yards away from the end zone. They are going into this stiff breeze tonight. Moving from our right to our left, if you're just joining us, it is 14-7, Petal leading. They jumped out to a 14-0 lead. Forest Hill was able to bounce back with a touchdown of their own here just moments ago.
Do have all 3 of our timeouts left. That's good.
And they look like they're going to run the ball. Tyus coming on the left side behind a pretty good block, and that hole closed up fairly quickly. It's a gain of only 7, maybe 8 on the play, Tommy.
Probably going to go with this hurry up like we did. Last drive, which was successful. So,
all right, 2nd down and 2. Clock running, under 40 seconds to play. Petal looks like they may be content, Tommy, to just kind of take this thing in the locker room and kind of discuss it from here as Tyus is going to take the ball. He's across midfield. He's all the way down to the 43, and now you may want to start thinking about your timeouts. They took a lot of time off the clock there.
A little concerned about I think you were right, Cole. I think his intent was to maybe just run the clock out, but after those 2 good runs here, you might be thinking, well, you don't want to try to field goal in that wind.
So clock continuing to run, under 20 seconds to play. Ball is at the 43-yard line. Pass inside is caught down to the 35-yard line, maybe the 34. He's about a yard shy of the first down, and the Panthers look like they've called for timeout.
Ooh, somebody's down. I can't see who it is.
Uh-oh. Looks like there's an injured Panther down at about the 35-yard line. And I'm having trouble seeing who that is, too, as they There is a timeout on the field as the Panthers wanted to try and line up another play and maybe take a shot in the end zone. And it looks like they're having some trouble getting some of the personnel on the field here for an injury.
It's Kai Reynolds, coach over here. I'm glad he can see. Maybe
I'm
we need to
glad
get him up here for a spotter for the rest of the game.
We appreciate
we can't see nothing.
It is hard to see these numbers. I appreciate it. It's Kyle Reynolds, the senior wide receiver, is down at the 35-yard line, and Coach Boyles and Coach Pinkston out there to check in on him along with one of the trainers here for the Panthers. So we hope the young man's okay, and it looks like he is, as he's kind of helped up a little. He's limping just a little bit, but he is coming off the field kind of under his own power. So nice round of applause from the Panther faithful here. Again, there's 11 seconds remaining in the first half. Petal leading 14-7. Second down and 1 from the Forest Hill 34-yard line. And Petal has called, of course, their first timeout of the half. Of the half. So they still have 2 remaining time, and there is 11 seconds left.
That's right. I'm sorry. I spoke out of turn a while ago. They stopped the clock for the first down a while ago, and I said we called timeout. But yeah, so we still have 2 left. But 11 seconds. What do you think, Corey? Go chuck it in the end zone a couple times, see what happens.
You've been throwing the ball well, especially moving from the right to the left into the wind. I'd load up that. Well, they've got single receiver out left and double out right, so I'd load up that right side, like the up tipped at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. But yeah, I think that's kind of what they wanted to do, is maybe run a slant and see what they can do.
Tell you what, Forest Hill is really, they're making some plays here and there, and they're only down by 7 points. So you got to tip your hat to a 2-7 team who's really given up a lot of points. If you go down their scores for the year, they've given up quite a few points to several teams, like I said, that aren't near as talented as Petal.
7 seconds remaining in the first half. Petal leading 14-7. Third down and 1.5 yards to go. Barkern's going to throw the ball towards the end zone, and it's going to be intercepted about 3 yards deep. Safety help over the top with 1 second remaining. It's an interception out there on the play, and a nice interception. Nice play by the defensive back, Terdarian McGregory, the junior. Again, it seems like all the players for Forest Hill that were called, their name and their number, seem like they're underclassmen tonight. Again, just a junior and a good defensive play. And this Panther crowd very quiet tonight.
Yeah, they are.
Kind of a lethargic feel almost tonight in the stadium, with 1 second remaining in the first half here, and Petal leading 14-7. So barring an unbelievable play here and an 80-yard miracle touchdown or a penalty, this should be the final play of the first half, and it looks like Forest Hill is going to be just content to just take a knee and go in the locker room. And if you're Forest Hill on the road at Petal, you've got to be absolutely ecstatic, trailing only 14-7. So the score of our game at the half is Petal leading Forest Hill by a score of 14-7. Lethargic first half, but we have a second half to go and see what they can do in the second half. Please stay with us when we come back from commercial break. We're going to be talking, of course, local scores in the area moving forward to the playoffs, but more importantly, we're going to have Coach Avonmar, Coach A from Petal Soccer, talking soccer action as we get ready to start the soccer season for both men and women. And you're listening to Petal Panther Football on 93.1 WGDQ. We'll be back with soccer talk and much more right after this. Welcome back to Panther Stadium on the campus of Petal High School. Corey Tater along, Kyle Brent and Tommy Hudson will be along in just a little bit. It's halftime here. Our halftime score, Petal clinging to a close-fought 14-7 lead over the Patriots of Forest Hill. You're listening to Petal Panther Football on 93.1 WGDQ. And now, before we get into some football talk, we're going to talk about another type of football, the original football. We have Coach A. Happy to have Coach Josh Avonmar along with us here at Petal Panther High School varsity soccer coach. Coach, good to have you.
Thanks so much, Corey. I appreciate you having us on.
So talk a little bit about what we have to look forward to this year with the Panther soccer team.
Yeah, we're excited about it. You know, last year we're coming off a real tough season. We put a level on the field like these guys do, and between the boys and girls, out of 22 starters, we replaced 19 of them. Ooh. So we get all of those kids back, though. We're a lot more experienced on both sides, the girls and the boys. We definitely took our lumps last year. No one had much fun, but gained a lot of valuable experience, and the kids have been working hard. They put in a real hard summer, you know, and that's what I hope folks understand. I mean, our kids are working just as hard as any other sport. You know, we're here in the summer, we're here after school, we've got a weight program in the spring. So these kids have put in a lot of time, a lot of energy, and they're excited to get started tomorrow.
Well, I can tell you, soccer is not a sport that I've played. I absolutely love the sport. I've been over in England, and I've actually witnessed some soccer firsthand, football over there, and
right.
And they're as nutty and crazy and excited and passionate about their football as we are about our American football over here. And I don't think a lot of folks realize how conditioned your athletes need to be and how athletic they are.
Right.
And it's such a beautiful sport to watch, and at all levels, at high school, collegiate. So I know we love to have people come out and watch and support Panther soccer. Talk a little bit about some of the players to keep an eye on this year.
Well, for our girls' side, it starts with Shelby Gittle. She's a 5-year starter with us now. She's been here since the 8th grade, and she's recently signed with the University of South Alabama. So
wow.
she makes the motor go as far as us up top as a center midfielder. Jamie Holyfield is transitioning for us this year. She was a defender. She's moved up to forward. And we got Brenna Morris, another senior for us, who, again, she's just been a stalwart player. She's been hurt year in, year out. In fact, that kid's playing on a torn ACL this year. So
wow.
she's going to brace it up and go. On the boys' side, it's Russ Reynolds, Kevin Aguilar, Tristan Reynolds that you out here is kicking, Zach Kaiser, also kicking for the football team. So we got a little more senior leadership there on the boys' side than the girls, but we're definitely excited about the personnel we have all the way around.
Awesome. I know we mentioned in our opening tonight when we came on the air, we were going to talk about it some more. You guys open your season tomorrow.
Yeah, actually, we got what the High School Activity Association allows us to do is we have what they call a practice day, and so these but I mean, you play the game so they count. So we go to Franklin County tomorrow, we'll play them, and then we get to turn around on the boys' side and bite off the defending 6A state champions with Clinton.
Ooh.
And the girls will play the same two teams, Franklin County and Clinton, and year in, year out, Clinton's a perennial soccer powerhouse. So we'll get our oil check pretty quick and find out what we're made out of.
Well, good deal. So the boys play tomorrow at 11 and 1.
Correct. It'll be, I think it's 25-minute halves tomorrow, so it's an abbreviated session. Typically the games are 40-minute halves. But.
Okay, so it's 40 minutes in I guess, Major League or Professional Soccer Champions League is 45 minutes.
45, that's correct, yeah.
Wow, so, yeah, we talked about how conditioned you need to be. 40 minutes out there, up and back, up and back. So
oh,
you got to have your legs under you.
Oh.
And
well, the time of year we play, too. I mean, this weather's coming in because soccer season opens tomorrow. It's, as soon as it gets 37 degrees and wet, that's when you go put on shorts and run around for 80 minutes, so.
Well, we're excited to talk Petal soccer. Folks, if you're listening out there, I know the baseball and football get plenty of support. All Petal sports should get as much support as they can. These kids are out there. These student athletes are working their tail off for the love of the game, and soccer is such a beautiful sport. And I know we say that, and it sounds so cliched, but if you look at all the sports out there, to me, the most beautiful sport to watch is soccer. The hand-eye coordination is incredible, and I can't get enough of it. My wife sometimes will say, why are you watching, Chelsea and Rottingham or whomever I'm watching? I love soccer, and hopefully folks will get as excited about it and give you guys the support you guys deserve.
Yeah, well, we appreciate that plug a lot, Corey. We really do. And this community here, you can't say enough about the support they do give the school system. And we are an anomaly. The fact that we excel in academics and athletics and the arts. You can have a school system where all three are successful, and we definitely have that here. And I think that's the one piece of the puzzle we're missing. And if we can just get a little more support in the stands. It's tough for those kids to look up there and all they see is mom and dad on Tuesday or Friday night. But we're hoping the product we put on the field this year will kind of draw some more people in too. We feel like we're going to be a lot more competitive, and our district's tough. I mean, we got Oak Grove, Meridian, and Hattiesburg, and you start with those first two, Oak Grove and Meridian. I mean, year in, year out, they're playing for it, but we feel like we're going to be competitive in the district. We hope to make some noise in the playoffs this year as well. So we hope everybody comes and checks us out.
Great deal. Please support both the men's and the women's soccer here at Petal. We were talking, just in closing, we were talking before we came on the air here just a moment ago, and you said that you were up in Jackson, coached a little bit. Are you having trouble pulling for one of these two teams tonight between Forest Hill and Petal? I mean, that you were at Forest Hill for several years?
No, I pretty much bleed red and white.
There you go.
I've been treated very well my time here at Petal. This is my 5th year, and I can't say enough from Steve Simmons to Marcus Boyles, and they really are, those two guys and all of our school leaders, they're all about us. It's not just one sport or one activity. They really, it's not just talk. They back it up, and they support us any way possible, and I can't say enough to what they do for us, and we really appreciate it. But no, I'm Petal through and through.
And you made a great point, not just to focus on either football, baseball, soccer. It really does have a family-type atmosphere here at Petal.
Oh, absolutely.
From top to bottom, and it's a privilege even for me just to call these games and be associated with this school and this district and this high school. So, Coach A, that's Josh Avonmar. We appreciate you. Best of luck throughout the year. Hopefully we'll be talking to you soon, talking about maybe a good run in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. We look forward to it. Thanks so much, Corey, for having me.
Oh, great to see you. Thanks for coming up and talking to us again. Good luck as soccer starts tomorrow. Go out there and support all Petal Panthers athletics, and we look forward to a good season for both the boys and the girls for Panther soccer. Again, you're listening to 93.1 WGDQ Petal Panther football. We'll be back with more halftime. Petal leading 14-7. We'll be back right after this. Back to Panther Stadium on the campus of Petal High School. Our score at the half is 14-7. Kyle, we're going to try and do this again. We thought we were on the air. We weren't.
We had a little dress rehearsal.
What was the dress rehearsal? Yeah, so now we know the scores, and we get to tell everybody again. Again, Petal leading 14-7, a little bit of a sloppy half. I'm going to turn it over to Kyle Britt. Coach Kyle Britt. Coach, tell us a little bit about some of the scores going on in the area.
When Region 3-6A, the region that we're in, you got a couple of close ball games over across town in Oak Grove and Lamar County. The Warriors trailing Hattiesburg 7-0 in a very tight ball game. Hattiesburg actually tried a field goal right before halftime that was blocked. Irvin Watson 42-yard field goal was blocked. Warriors trailing 7-0 in a game with humongous playoff implications right there, as nobody is safe yet.
I don't think humongous begins to speak of the size and enormity of that ball game. That's going to have ripple effects throughout the entire district. The winner of that game, like you said, is going to look good moving forward. Now, next week, of course, district play wraps up. Are you aware of who everybody plays next week?
Next week, Petal plays Terry, Meridian plays Forest Hill, Brandon plays Hattiesburg, and Oak Grove plays at Natchez.
Okay, is the Brandon game are they playing that game in Brandon?
I believe it's at Brandon,
okay.
Yes.
Well,
speaking about Brandon, they're playing Natchez tonight. They're up 21-12 at halftime. It was 14-12, and Brandon was able to punch one in right before halftime. Very explosive offense that the Bulldogs have there. You know, it's some of the other scores from the region that we play. I've seen the last one I saw early on, Biloxi all over Hancock, 28-0 in the second quarter. But here's a possible upset in the making. George County, who is 1-8 on the season, leads a 8-1 D'Iberville team, 16-14 at halftime.
Wow.
That could be, a lot of football have to play there, but that's very, very surprising. The George County Rebels are hard to beat there. In the area, we have PCS leading Starkville Academy 24-7 at halftime. And also Perry Central leading against Perry Central leads Summerall 14-7 at half.
Have another score from Jones County with some playoff implications up there. Northeast Jones leading Laurel 10-3 at the half in the jungle up there in Northeast Jones.
Huge game for Northeast Jones as Laurel has really bounced back after a tough start playing Hattiesburg and Oak Grove, getting beat up pretty good by those teams. Another Jones County score. We got West Jones leading Macomb 14-7. Also, this one kind of surprised me a little bit. Wayne County 10, Brookhaven 9. Two teams that we've seen this year, both very good quality teams.
Yeah, Old Brook and Wayne County has really got it rolling. They started off a little sluggish, but they're on a nice little win streak that they've built up over there in Waynesboro.
One of the biggest high school rivalries in the state of Mississippi traditionally up in Simpson County, the Simpson County Super Bowl. Mendenhall leads McGee 28-7 for playing to see who gets the number 2 seed there. Also Madison Central up humongous 42-7 over a down Northwest Rankin team this year. Coach Bobby Hall getting his team ready for the playoffs. And Picayune, get this, Corey, 63-13. It's only halftime.
So at halftime, they're leading 63-13. So Picayune's offense continues to struggle.
They're on pace to score 126. I'm not saying they will, but my goodness, that's crazy.
Picayune's offense continues to struggle. What a team. How well coached and just balanced are they? They are just
they're not the number 1 team for nothing.
Well, that's exactly right, and deservedly so.
And Moss Point leads Pascagoula 14-3 at halftime. Scrolling down as I look at some of the updates, as I see George County 16, D'Iberville 14 halftime. Also Gulfport leading Ocean Springs, big playoff implications there. Gulfport leads Ocean Springs. Gulfport could essentially sew up the region championship with a victory against Ocean Springs tonight. It's 7-0 the Admirals at halftime. And as we scroll down, see if I can get some more scores. I saw early South Panola and Grenada were doing bad. You know what the score was in the first quarter?
14-10.
Actually, you're talking baseball World Series. It was 2-2. How many 2-2 scores do you ever see in football?
I don't know if I can remember a 2-2 score in football.
8-2 now. South Panola, the number 4 team, I believe.
Wow, they had a 6-run fourth inning. It's 8-2 now.
They did. Clinton leads Greenville 14-0. South Haven leads DeSoto Central 14-6. Poplarville 28. Van Cleve 21. Poplarville's a team. I think they scored 78 a couple weeks ago. 78, wasn't it? 82-80, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the 82-78.
Indeed, you're right. And get this, Grenada has tied the game 8-8 against South Panola.
How about that? South Panola has been in some dogfights lately. If you've looked the last week, they beat South Haven 35-33. They've been in some tight, hard-fought football games. We're getting close to action here as we get ready to start the second half. Unbelievable to have only one band perform. It's coming up on 8:25, and we're just about set for the second half of action. So this game moving right along here from Panther Stadium as we get set for the second half, and the Panthers are just now about to come out. And Kyle, looks like you've got another score. Is that 70? is that 70-13. Picayune with a lead over Long.
Not even halftime yet.
70 first half points for the Maroon Tide, and they're trying to earn their stripes. They're not struggling tonight. If you're just tuning in, wondering what the score is here, it's 14-7 Petal, kind of clinging to a 7-point lead over Forest. A little bit of a sloppy first half. Petal scored first on their first offensive possession, capped off by a 17-yard touchdown pass from Larson Barkran to Jesse Jackson. Caught the ball while he was laying on his back after he was hit. It was kind of a tipped ball, and he caught it. Second touchdown was a 20-yard post route, or excuse me, an out route that was caught by Jamarcus Revies on his way out, and that was a touchdown to go up 14-0. Forest Hill struck back, punching the ball into the end zone to cut this lead down to 14-7 on a 1-yard quarterback keeper touchdown run by Moncrief, the sophomore quarterback for Forest Hill. And as we get set for action here and we get ready to start the second half, Petal leads 14-7.
One last score here update. Tylertown leads Columbia 20-0 at halftime as well.
And there you have it, and we appreciate Kyle and all he does. We're going to try and work out those bugs, those kinks at the second half. We appreciate our internet crew who brings us our ball game streaming live. Broken foot, wearing a boot. Broken finger, nothing stops the internet crew from doing what they do, and we appreciate them and all that they do again. We'll be back. Tommy's going to be joining me here momentarily. Moving forward, we need to really focus on the fact Petal is struggling a little bit tonight. We've talked about that, but they have folks wrapped up the 1 seed. If you're joining us and didn't hear that earlier on tonight, Petal has clinched that number 1 seed in the district regardless of what happens. They've got Oak Grove, Hattiesburg, Meridian, Natchez, and Brandon, those 5 teams fighting for the final 3 playoff spots. Meridian right now is on the outside looking in. So those 4 teams that I mentioned outside of Meridian really fighting hard for just 3 spots. So anything can happen. Again, our score from across town that we have at the half, Hattiesburg leading Oak Grove 7-0, no love loss in that one. And again, it's a cool, windy night. Petal has clinched that 1 seed, so a little bit sluggish tonight. Just a little bit, and we're inviting Tommy Hudson coming back now into the press box and joining us as we get set for the second half. Tommy, did you get something good to eat at the half?
I did. I tell you what, Dickey's has really fixed us up every ball game this year, and we really appreciate their support. And of course, the food's good, always good. So.
Always.
But you're right, Corey. I guarantee you, Coach Boyle's had a few things to say at halftime but and I'm not defending our team, the play in the first half, but we talked about it before the game started. It is so hard to get focused in on a game like this. We're a 2-7 team who players look at the scores. They're not crazy. They look at scores and they know they've been manhandled several times this year. And so but you just got to put all that aside and play your game. And we just haven't done that in the first half. So, however, how many times have we seen this team be the tale of 2 halves? So,
yeah, there's. I'm sure Coach Boyle's had some words like we talked about at the locker room. Just play with a little bit more consistency. Put the pedal down to the metal. Obviously, you're a better team than Forest Hill. I mean, you can look at the records and know that. They can't take a week off. You don't want to have a down week moving forward and going ahead as you march into the playoffs.
No, you want to be, you want to be on the upbeat. You want to have positives, to feed off of as you go to the next game and then, of course, into the playoffs. You're right. So hopefully this is going to start here with a kickoff and good return and a good drive. And let's go ahead and get a few more scores. And hopefully, like I said, I'd like to see some of our starters get a little break tonight, but if we keep playing like this, I think pretty much they're going to have to play the whole game.
I think you're probably right. We're set for kickoff here to start the second half of action. Petal set to receive as they deferred to start the game, and let's see what this Panther offense can do as we get set to start. Here's the kickoff. It's a low line drive, and it's going to go out of bounds. So a good start for the Panthers as the penalty flags will fly, and they'll march this one out to the 35-yard line.
Good field position. Yeah, and I know that's not what they intended. It looked like it was going to be a short kick there, not a pooch kick, just kind of bounce it to the short up guys, and but that didn't work out that way. Took as soon as it hit the turf, it started bouncing to the outside and out of bounds. So.
Yeah, and they dropped the flag. I think that sign judge didn't have a flag. He had to borrow one from his buddy, the back judge.
I see.
So he was trying. He didn't know if he should take his hat off. He didn't know if he should take his sock off and throw it down. He finally was. His buddy, the back judge, gave him a flag to throw. So they're going to march the ball out to the 35-yard line, and we're 1 second into the second half, even though the ball wasn't touched. So 11:59 to play here in the third quarter. Petal leading 14-7, and let's see what this offense can do as Barker comes out in shotgun. He's going to keep it around the right side, across the line of scrimmage, and he'll dive forward for a gain of about 3.
Yeah. Defense stayed. Oh, goodness, I don't want to see that. Larson's limping a little bit.
Oh, and there's an injured Patriot on the ground out there for Forest Hill at about the 40-yard line, and he looks like he's in a pretty good amount of pain, Tommy.
Yes, he is.
We have an injury timeout. I'm going to see if we've worked those kinks out on the sideline. I see Kyle scrambling. He heard his bell call down there. Kyle, talk a little bit about you down there at about the 25-yard line. Hopefully you got those the kinks worked down as you come back on here. Can we hear you down there on the sideline? Nope. Unfortunately, it looks like we're still having some issues. And Tommy, as we get set, special shout out tomorrow to the boys from Starkville as they trek 92 miles to the east to invade T-Town. Good luck to the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Good luck to the Southern Miss Golden Eagles, and of course to the Ole Miss Rebels. Sorry, I had to say something good about the Bulldogs.
That's right. I understand.
Hey guys, I thought I had a big.
Well, unfortunately, we're having some more issues, so it probably has to do with the weather, or maybe just the user on the sideline. I'm not sure.
It may be the user.
Bo Waits coming near side on the handoff. First down carry and more. Kyle, if you could turn your headset off, we'd appreciate it. It's kind of loud down there on the field. Thanks, man. We appreciate that. So across midfield, Tommy, big carry that time for Bo Waits.
And number 11 there for Forest Hill. Bo kind of pushed him back a few yards after that.
I'm going to let you say that name.
Oh, my goodness. Tadarian?
There you go.
Okay.
Tadarian McGregor. Good job. Tadarian McGregory on the play for Forest Hill. So another low snap, and I'll tell you what.
Oh, that's a horse collar.
It sure looked like it. And Petal's very fortunate right there on that snap that Barkram didn't go down to one knee. If you notice, he went down.
Of course, Barkram's not in.
That isn't Barkram in there.
Yeah, he came out. He limped off with the.
Okay.
I thought you had seen him.
I saw him limp off, but I couldn't see a number out there. So that is backup quarterback
Kyle Smith.
Junior Kyle Smith, and it'll be interesting here to see Kyle Smith get some playing time moving forward. Obviously, unless something changes, he'd be the quarterback for next year for the Panthers.
You're right.
Hey guys, it's Larson on the sideline. They're checking him out right now. It's his right knee, Pedro Marino, and the guy from Southern Bone and Joint. They're kind of working on him right now. He walked out on his own wheel, but it doesn't seem to be a pain or anything bad. But they're working on it right now.
All right. Thanks, Kyle. We appreciate that one. So we'll keep an eye on that one moving forward. You do not want to have one of your captains, especially your quarterback, injured moving forward. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. 5-yard false start penalty against Petal, and another penalty flag dropped. And this time it's going to be another dead ball false start against the Panthers. And I'm not quite sure, Tommy, what the call was on that one. I don't know if they broke the huddle incorrectly because they hadn't even really set for action.
No, it's weird.
Yeah,
I don't know what that was about.
Following the 3-yard pickup to back-to-back 5-yard penalties, and now it's second down and 17. All right, so the Panthers backed up to their own 45-yard line. 10 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the third quarter. Petal leading 14-7. And this is going to be Smith on the delayed draw. He's going to come forward. He'll pick up about 3 yards.
Yeah, a little trouble getting the ball out of the of Bo Waits' arms there, and so we're very fortunate that time we didn't have a turnover or a fumble. Got to get that handoff down pat, whether we're going to keep it or hand it off. But we were struggling with that all night, actually, even with Larson.
So the ball's at the 48-yard line. Third down and 14. Smith inside, and it's going to be dropped. They had that little bubble screen set up, and they dropped it. And it looked like it was read pretty well by Forest Hill. But 3 and out. Unfortunately, they did pick up one first down. So one first down picked up. They moved the ball out to the 48-yard line. and now they are going to be forced to punt the football.
Well, this is why I really was hoping we would have had a pretty sizable lead going into the second half, because you never know. But, you could have gotten Barkham out of the game. But let's just hope it's not serious.
So Tristan Reynolds' punt will come down to the Forest Hill 31-yard line. So that's going to be a 21-yard net punt into the wind, Tommy. The clock is stopped with 9:27 to play in the third quarter. Forest Hill football, and they trail Petal 14-7.
Not a night for punting average, is it, Corey?
Not unless you're punting from the left to the right,
yeah.
That's right. So, and it seems like every time one of these teams have been punting, they've been punting into the wind. So there's a flag down on this play, and it looks like a false start penalty this time against Forest Hill. And we didn't have many flags in that first half, and already our fourth penalty of the second half so far.
Yeah, it is.
So I think we only had 2 penalties that first half, 2 or 3 that I can think of, and already 4, and we're just about 2.5 minutes into the third quarter.
Well, with a new snapper, tonight for Petal is 56, Tyler Claus, and he struggled a bit tonight, and that's kind of thrown our offense off too.
And another whistle, and another flag,
one.
and another false start. So false starts 2 apiece here in the third quarter, and a little bit sloppy starting off the second half.
No doubt about it. Just seems like both teams are sluggish.
And big shout out again to Isaac Adamo up here in the press box with us. He was enjoying some peanuts. He was enjoying some barbecue. Now he's enjoying some nachos.
Yeah, so we fixed him up here tonight. I sent him back down to the concession stand. I have to have my stat man over here.
There you go.
He has to have a full stomach so he can perform well.
And he always has a smile on his face.
Yes, he does.
So first down and 20. Moncross is going to throw it down the seam. It's going to be intercepted by the Panthers. Turnover running with the football. I'm not sure if that was Jalen Bonet or Jamarcus Reeves. He's going to bring it down inside the Forest Hill 30. I'm sure Kyle's down there. I know he's excited at the 30. Kyle, who was that on the interception?
That was Jonah Myers with the interception, playing center field right there. Great interception return. And guys backing out Larson. He's got some ice on his knee. I'm not guessing he's going to go back tonight. He's got it both on the front side and behind it. I think he may have possibly hyperextended his knee.
All right, good reporting down there, Kyle. We appreciate that. So it was none of the above. He went with C, none of the above. Jonah Myers on the interception return. And some great speed Jonah showed after he picked that ball off, Tommy, to explode all the way down to the 27-yard line. So good field position for the Panthers here.
What's going on with that?
I'll tell you, I don't know if it has to deal with the snap not coming when it's supposed to. Another
quarterback. You're right.
But Petal cannot afford these penalties to back them up. Of course, with a junior quarterback who doesn't get a whole lot of playing time, you want to have short fields, keep it as close to in front of the chains as possible.
No doubt.
So first down and 15. 9:08 to play in the third quarter. Petal leading 14-7. Good field position. First and 15 at the 32-yard line. Smith pass out in the flat to Jamarcus. Full head of steam. Breaks the tackle, spins down to the 15-yard line, move the chains, first down for the Panthers.
And let me tell you, Mr. Jesse Jackson made him a spine block on that play. I mean, he pushed the defender back probably 5 yards on his behind, and that just kind of sparked Jamarcus.
That was a nice ball. Good pass by Smith. Definitely has the arm strength, as we're told. And here he is on the keeper. Look at him bouncing outside, diving for the goal line. And he is in for a Petal Panther touchdown on the keeper. That's a 16-yard scamper for number 5 backup quarterback Kyle Smith.
Good for Kyle.
And a good job following that 5-yard false start to go 2 plays, march at 32 yards. Back-to-back 16-yard plays capped off by a Kyle Smith 16-yard touchdown run.
That's what you want to do with a turnover, don't you, Corey?
That's it. You want to strike quick, get those turnovers, and turn them into points. So short field, and we have another flag down. And I'll tell you, you do not.
That's offside.
I was going to say good on this. With the wind blowing as hard as it is now, and Tommy, it looks like it's coming a little bit more out of the northwest.
Yeah.
You don't want to kick 25 extra points. But this is going to be a point after. They're actually going to decline the half the distance.
Well, no, they're going to have to kick it again. Here we go with what happened in the championship game.
Yep.
With the field goal. I hate that rule.
I don't like it, and it's bad memories. But the extra point this time is up, and it is good. So we have 8:47 to play in the third quarter. Our score: Petal 21, Forest Hill 7. And just what we ordered. Petal came out, not a great start to the half offensively, a good defensive stand and an interception forcing that turnover, like you said. A couple of plays, march it down, punch it into the end zone for a Panther touchdown.
And I tell you what, future's bright next year quarterback. I really like the way he was able to, make that read on the give and keep it and had wide open. He knew that and got into the end zone. And Kyle's he's not very slow either. He's kind of like Larson. He's got some decent speed when he gets in the open field.
And we have 8:47 to play in the third quarter. They have 9 minutes to play in the third quarter across town at Oak Grove, and our score is 21-7. Here it is 7-0. Hattiesburg leading Oak Grove in that game across town. Short kick. And a good return here by Forest Hill out on the far sideline, still running with the football across the 35 all the way out to the 38-yard line. That's going to be a first down, good field position to start for Forest Hill.
Yeah. Tell you what, this Forest Hill team, like Kyle said, they're not going to quit tonight. They came in here to win this football game. Didn't matter what their record is or our record. So you got to tip your hat to them.
All right, so they spot the ball at the 38. We're ready for action. 8:37 to play. The wind really picking up, getting a little cool in our press box up here. First down, dive forward, gain of only a yard. And Kyle, I see you on the sideline. I hope I didn't catch you taking a sip of a cold beverage. See if there's anything else you can report on the status of Larson Barkin.
It's ice on his knee, and like I said, he's more than likely out for the game.
Okay.
I'm sure they're going to get checked after the game.
All right, we'll see if Kyle can make his way over at some point over and maybe talk to Larson and see what happened on that play as he kind of limped out of the huddle. But second down and 9, run inside by Holmes out to the 43. Tommy, it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, we need to stop him here and get this ball back because kind of had some momentum going there on offense after the interception.
So a good kick return after the touchdown, and Forest Hill trying to get something going. Petal leading 21-7, mid stages of the third quarter. 3rd down and 5, low snap. Moncross looking out in the flat. It's caught across midfield. Breaking tackle, spinning, fumbling the football. It's a live ball, and Petal has the football, spinning just for that extra yard.
Yep.
And it is recovered by the Panthers down at the 33-yard line. So he got hit and spun down to about the 40 and fumbled forward, Tommy.
Yep.
And it was recovered by Petal at the 33-yard line.
Yep, good job by Petal being aware there after, he was fighting for that extra yardage, and sometimes you lose concentration, and, when you're trying to get that extra yardage, the ball come loose.
So following the turnover, Kyle Smith back at the helm for the Panthers. 7:26 to play in the third quarter. Trip receivers out left. Bo Waite split to Kyle Smith's left. And there's a flag down, and the center, that penalty is actually going to be on the center of a 5-yard false start. I don't know if you noticed that, Tommy. He kind of flinched but didn't snap the football.
Yeah.
And that's, of course, again, having your starting center out. It's just, you get so used to that cadence throughout the season.
That's right.
And when you have, and people don't realize how important the center position is, just the anchor of that offensive line.
It's important there, and it's important when you're snapping for, field goals and extra points.
So a handoff on the right side on 1st and 15, and Bo Waits is absolutely blown up back at the 25-yard line. Good read up front by the Patriots of Forest Hill. Back at the 25, it's a loss of 2, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 17 for the Panthers.
Yeah, left side defensive end just kind of shoved his blocker off and was there as soon as Bo got to the line of scrimmage.
So spot the ball at the 25. It's 2nd down, 17 to go. Trip receivers out left. Far right hash. Kyle Smith back to pass, looks out in the flat. He's got Jamarcus. Nowhere to go. Jamarcus goes backwards looking for running room. He's going to be stopped back at his own 20-yard line, and this is going to go for a loss of 5 on the pass completion out in the flat. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 23 from the 20-yard line. They actually spot it back at the 19, so 3rd down and 24 for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's all he had available. Everything across the middle and on the other side of the field was covered well by Forest Hill, so that was his only option. And unfortunately, DeMarcus was behind the line of scrimmage when he caught it.
All right, 3rd down and 24. Handoff right side, Waits looking for some positive yardage, and he's going to be dumped short of the 20, so no gain on the play. Quick 3 and out for this Panthers offense following the fumble, and we have another injury. Looks like another player for Forest Hill is down back at the 15-yard line.
65.
Number 65 is down on the field for the Patriots, and that is Montrell Brown, the senior lineman who plays defense and offense, and he is struggling to get to his feet. Clock is stopped, 5:57 to play in the 3rd quarter. Petal leading 21-7.
Well, another thing about Forest Hill, there's not a whole. The numbers aren't very big over there on the sideline, so they can ill afford very many injuries here tonight.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of guys dressed out. I believe they only dressed 40 some odd for this ball game. So
gracious.
I'll tell you, for a 6A school,
that's amazing.
Amazing that they have such few players. So. Petal kicking into this really stiff. If you look at those flags, are really whipping right now. And we have another flag down, it looks like, on a kick that goes out of bounds. And, of course, a flag stop play prior to the punt. And I don't see a call yet. Tommy, have you seen a call yet?
No, I haven't. It looks like.
All right, I guess they're saying that the... All right, he kicked it before they blew the whistle, spotting the ball wide for play. So a high snap, and Petal lucky to get that one away, and it's a line drive kick. And we've seen this a bunch of times, Tommy. This is actually going to help the Panthers out. Yeah. Barely got the kick away, a low line, and that may be what you want to do moving forward. Tristan Reynolds kicked it so low, he kept it under a stiff wind, and get it up in that jet, and it actually bounced into Forest Hill territory. He punted that ball 31. That is a 38-yard net punt, and that's all you can ask. I don't think there's another punter in the world that could have done much better than that.
Not in this wind. Yeah, you got a good roll. It was a low kick, like you said, and got a good roll after it started bouncing on that turf.
So a stiff breeze. We've seen some napkins and such flying across the field here. Handoff inside, and Hinton's going to pick up just 2 on this play. So have another score update midway through the 3rd quarter at Oak Grove. It's now 14-0 Hattiesburg High with a lead over the Warriors.
I kind of figured that was, I don't know if that score holds, I kind of figured that. Hattiesburg's been playing well the last part of the season.
Well, they've got, they're a little banged up in the backfield. They've got some of their tailbacks back, and they have a lot of speed on the outside, and they're very athletic out there at Hattiesburg. So Moncross looking across the field, and this one's going to be incomplete. It should have been intercepted in on the play, and it looked like good position for one of the Panthers' defensive back. That's Jonah Myers. And we've called his number and his name quite a bit tonight. Well defended. Should have intercepted that ball,
Tommy. Yeah, Jonah's pointing at, trying to tell the bench, hey, he grabbed me before the ball got here.
Yeah, it looked like some offensive pass interference. Ball spotted at the 46-yard line. So it's 3rd down and 8. Moncross in shotgun, 5:03 to play in the 3rd quarter. Petal leading 21-7 under a heavy rush. Dropped a big hit, and a flag comes out, and it looks like this may be a holding call as well on the inside. Is that Forrest Harvey in on that tackle?
I couldn't see.
That sack.
It came on a blitz from the outside, whoever it was, and I mean never slowed down, and the quarterback never saw him.
And he's lucky to have held on the football, as big a hit as that was, and that is Forrest Harvey that came across on that linebacker blitz, and it is a holding call against Forest Hill. Petal inevitably will decline that penalty. It'll set up 4th down. Ball back at the 38-yard line.
Good time in there to dial up the blitz by Jody Hawkins, because he was definitely getting back in that pocket and wanting to get the ball downfield.
Not quite sure why there's a delay here on the field unless the officials are talking. The ball spot at the 38-yard line, and some of the Forest Hill coaches are asking for an explanation as to the flag. And of course, Coach Bowles is out there trying to figure out. Yeah, you decline the penalty to anytime you force 4th down. You're going to decline the penalty there, and so the ball's at the 38. The line to gain would have been the Petal 46. So it's 4th down and 16, and Forest Hill with the wind at their back will punt back to Petal. Trevor Williams will stand back at his own 30. Petal leading 21-7. Good snap. There is another flag down, Tommy. We've seen quite a bit of yellow laundry on the field here in the second half. We've got a false start against the offense.
It's about 7 or 8 in the last 2 quarters.
They started, they're already 20 minutes of live time into this game, and they've only taken 7.5 minutes off the clock.
Yeah.
So, and there hasn't been a lot of incomplete passes. There's been a lot of whistles in this third quarter, kind of a sloppy quarter. Petal, of course, has scored their third touchdown of the game in this quarter. It's 21-7, and Petal's getting ready to get the ball back. It's now 4th down and 21. The ball is spotted at the 34-yard line. Williams standing back at his own 35 for Petal. And another flag down.
I saw it that time.
And they have gotten whistle happy, flag happy, and another false start to back them up even further. And a little frustration by the punter for Forest Hill to just kind of throw that football like he did.
Right guard for him. He just, we were kind of, looked like we were kind of faking like we were going to bring a blitz and or bring a heavy pressure, and he flinched, pulled up way too early.
And as it gets a little chilly out, of course, locking up the district, we may see some folks start heading for the exits, as cool as it is out here tonight. Under a heavy rush, punt barely gets it away. It sails out of bounds. We'll have to see where they mark this one out. Side judge is still coming. And still coming, and they're going to mark it out at the 49-yard line of Forest Hill. So not a very good punt, just 24 yards on the punt. So they'll spot the ball at the 49-yard line.
Which is their average for the year, 24 yards.
Yeah, that's right. Even with the wind at their back, they still find a way to punt it 24
yards, yeah.
So spot the ball at the 49-yard line. And our statistician, Isaac, has moved on now to some M&Ms, so we're just keeping you abreast as to his progress throughout the evening. And we appreciate the job he does up here helping us out with Panther football. Handoff coming near side. Bo Waits with nowhere to go. And, Tommy, I've been pretty impressed with this front run defense of the Forest Hill Patriots.
Yeah, we run, when we try to run wide, they've done a great job of just getting out there and keeping us from cutting the corner. So this team is, they're only down two touchdowns, but they're just playing hard. They've played hard the whole game.
They have, and it's 2nd down and 13 back at the Petal's own 48-yard line. Here's Smith on the keeper on that same play that he scored a touchdown. He's trying to bounce outside, and he cannot do it. He picks up about 5, maybe 6, down to the Forest Hill 46 to keep the clock running, and he'll bring up 3rd down and about 7.
You'd like to pick up his first down here and move this ball down and get a score, kind of widen that distance score-wise. So,
Tommy, we didn't have a chance at the half to go over again, as we did in the intro, our radio and internet sponsors, so we're going to run through those here shortly. In fact, we may just stay on at the end of the third quarter and go ahead and do that. Coach Boyle, actually, we're going to have a perfect time right now because Coach Boyles has just called a timeout right on cue.
How about that?
So we're going to go ahead and send a special thank you out to our radio and internet sponsors for the season here for Petal Panther football. A1 Graphics, Bucco's Cleaners, Coca-Cola of Hattiesburg, Corner Market, ELTM and Enbridge Company, Encore Rehabilitation, Fairley Construction, First Southern Bank, Forest County Board of Supervisors, Fox's Pizza, Grand Bank, Hattiesburg Oral Surgery, Hub City Steel, Magnolia State Bank, Marino Eye Care, Paris Jewelers, Petal Harvey Baptist Church, Petal Tire, Southern Bone and Joint Specialists, who are the proud sports medicine physicians for the Petal Panthers, State Farm Insurance of Petal, which is the Ted Cannon Agency, and Richardson Heating and Air. So thank you again to our radio and internet sponsors on the season for Petal Panther football. We appreciate all you guys do for us and keep us motivated and going here on the air for the Panthers. So coming out of the timeout from the 46, 3rd down and 7, Panthers moving from our right to our left. Smith back, good protection, fires, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Jamarcus Revies on the side, and it's incomplete. 2 minutes and 33 seconds to play in the third quarter, and Petal's going to punt the football.
Yeah, good bit short on that pass. Couldn't quite get enough up under it to get over Jamarcus, who was close to the sidelines over there, hoping to make that grab and get some yards after the catch.
All right. Good snap. Reynolds kicking into the wind, and Tommy, that's impressive. Straight down the gut. Takes a nice bounce for the Panthers. It's going to roll down all the way to the 9-yard line. Yeah. So a good kick into the wind. That's a 37-yard punt into the wind all the way down to the 9-yard line. 2 minutes, 21 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Petal leading 21-7. Kind of a sloppy ball
Yes,
game.
it is. Kind of dull atmosphere right now. But, you're right. If the people listening on the radio could see these flags, you'd have to be impressed with those last two punts, 38 and 37 yards.
Yeah, and that wind is really howling from our left to our right. Forest Hill backed up towards their own end zone. Handoff left side. Forrest Harvey in on the tackle along with Jaron Guy, and not much doing up front. Nice stop by the Panthers on defense.
Yeah, not much room. It hadn't been much room up the middle pretty much the whole game. They had a little success early in the first quarter, but our defensive line has really shut that down.
So spot the ball back at the 7. It's a 2-yard loss. Clock ticking down. We have about 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Again, Petal leading 21-7. Moncross is under center. Single receivers out left and right. He's going to hand this one off on the left side, and again, nothing doing on that left side. It's a loss of 1, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 13, and Petal doing a good job here defensively.
Yeah, a lot of penetration by the defensive line there, so Forest Hill is really not getting much of a chance to get any yardage.
Another score locally, playoff score, PCS leading Starkville Academy 31-7 as they start the fourth quarter of action. So we're trying to keep you up to date. I'd love to get, if Kyle's on the sideline, Kyle, if you can pipe in at some point with a Brandon score, that would be great. And a Meridian score. Then Meridian was rolling early, and we'd like to see what Picayune's doing. I know they had 70 first half points tonight, Tommy. And there is a timeout on the field. On 3rd down and 13 from their own 6-yard line, the Forest Hill Patriots call timeout.
I'm just, I'm puzzled about, when you talking about a while ago about Forest Hill being a 6A school, it just puzzles me that there's not more players out for football, especially in that Jackson area. I know there's a lot of schools around that area to divide up all the talent, but I'm surprised that they don't have more numbers out for football there.
Well, they've got 64 players on their roster, but we were told that they dressed out less than 50 for this ball game tonight. So they do have a little bit larger roster, but just not dressing them out. And here's Kyle. I bet you he's got some scores. You asked for it. He's got them. I hear him deep in, Kyle. Now we're having some more technical difficulties down there on the sideline. So we appreciate Kyle trying to work those out, but doesn't look like we're clearing those up this evening. So we set for action here. 3rd down and 13 from the 6-yard line. 1:03 to play in the third quarter. Again, Petal leading 21-7. From his own end zone, Moncross down the sideline, good coverage out on the far side. It's incomplete, overthrown, and it's going to bring up 4th down, Tommy.
Again, great leverage there, great, I can't tell who that was on the coverage, but perfect position where he has to go out of bounds. He can't make that catch in bounds, so good job again by the defensive back that time for Petal. I apologize. Guys, tonight it's just so hard to see these numbers, and I should know the names by position by now, and that's my fault, but it's just so hard to see those numbers without any outline.
It is. Again, if you didn't hear us earlier on in the ball game, Petal wearing all black uniforms with their numerals have red outline on them, and a dark red. It's a bobbled kick, and it's actually going to go back out of the back of the end zone, so that's going to be a safety.
He actually picked it up and tossed it out.
Well, I'll tell you, their punter was standing about 5 yards deep in the end zone, 3 yards deep in the end zone, 5 yards deep in the end zone. Bobbled the snap, and it didn't look like a bad snap.
No.
It kind of bobbled in. He picked it up, and he had time, but I think he probably thought that he was going to be under a heavy rush, and he just kind of flipped the ball out. Well, that's two free points you take there. So Petal getting ready to get the ball back. It's now 23-7, and if I remember correctly, I believe that's the first safety on the season for the Panthers.
It is. I don't remember safety all year long. Yeah, you're right.
Final score from Meridian is 41-0 Meridian over Terry. Another score to bring you Brandon midway through that second half. Brandon leading Natchez 30-12. So that Brandon team really impressing me. Of course, Petal had a big 24-0 lead in that game. We all know Petal was able to hang on to win 24-19, but Brandon looks like they're going to be a tough out too. So Brandon leading Natchez tonight, and Natchez is possibly that team that could be looking on the outside looking in.
Well, we talked about it, even before the season started, how strong this division was, and it would be a shame that it's going to, that there's just going to be some teams left out that's really good football teams.
And I guarantee, as I've mentioned before, the two teams that get left out from this district would probably have made it on the coast. So there's a short kick taken by one of the Upmen, and I believe is that Tyus Rain running with the football across midfield all the way down to the 30, bouncing outside 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone. It is a kick return of 60 yards for a Petal Panther touchdown. That extends the lead now to 30-7. Late here in the third quarter, and Tommy, that one probably just about does it.
Yeah.
There's still 37 seconds left in the third quarter, but a 60-yard kick return. Kyle, are you down there? Who was that running with the football for the Panthers?
It's either Tyus or Jesse. Whoever it was a great job of finding his blockers and getting in behind them and staying behind them until he got that little opening where he could shoot to the side. There we go.
Here we go, Kyle. Can you hear us? We can't. Unfortunately, we can't hear you. Kyle's trying to bring us that information on that touchdown there for the Petal Panthers. Reynolds' extra point is up and into the stiff breeze. It is good. 37 seconds remaining. Third quarter. Petal 30 and Forest Hill 7. Still trying to get it. Kyle, if you're out there, you can go ahead and text me who that was on the touchdown. That would be fantastic. Looks like Kyle. We got a final score. PCS has defeated Starkville 34-14.
You still there? You there?
Kyle, are you there?
I thought I
heard it too. I guess that band just was resonating over there. But 30-7, Petal with the lead, and it looks like he's trying to send me a text as to who that was running with the football. I believe it was either Jesse or Tyus. On that far side, of course, we've mentioned these jerseys tonight. It was one of the Upmen tonight, and that was Jesse Jackson, indeed, running with the football. Panther touchdown, 60-yard return. And as you mentioned before, we've seen Jamarcus with some big returns.
Yep.
Jesse, we've seen Trevor with big returns. Jesse, just another man who with great athletic ability, and Petal can just burn you in so many different ways.
Got several weapons, which is what you got to have if you want to win a state championship.
Here's a kick into the wind and all the way down to the 5-yard line. Pretty impressive. And a pretty good return out across the 20 to the 23-yard line for a progress stop. 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Petal leading 30-7, and Forest Hill takes over at their own 23.
Yep, this may be a long last quarter. Let's see if they keep kind of throwing these long balls, trying to get back into games. Could kind of prolong the game quite a bit, but.
It's been awesome watching, Jamarcus, and we've seen Jesse really make some plays sticking out, coming to mind, Tommy, as we get set for action. That 75-yard touchdown pass out on the wing against Hattiesburg, that stiff arm he put.
Oh, my God.
And people forget often when they talk about this Panther team that Jesse Jackson's just a junior.
Yes.
So we get him back next year as well. So it'll be a huge weapon on this offense next season, along with Tyus Rain. Delay, quarterback Montrose is going to keep it and come across the 25 to about the 26 as a gain of about 3, and what should be the final play of the third quarter unless Forest Hill decides to go a little bit hurry up here.
Just nothing up that middle all night, pretty much all night tonight. Great job by our defensive line.
And it looks like Forest Hill's going to break the huddle with 5 seconds left, so I don't think they're going to have enough to get this play off. And they will not. As the third quarter horn rings here at Panther Stadium on the campus of Petal High School. Our score at the end of the third quarter, it's 30-7. Petal with the lead over Forest Hill. You're listening to Petal Panther football on 93.1 WGDQ, and we'll be back in just a minute with the fourth quarter. Brandon has scored. Natchez has scored again. It's 31-18 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. And a score from the south part of the state, Picayune 84 and Long Beach 13 early in the fourth quarter. So, wow. 97 points in that ballgame, 84 by one squad. Second down and 12 under a heavy rush, and Montrose is back down, sacked at the 10-yard line, dumped by a host of Petal Panthers. Looks like Forrest Harvey's in there. Guy.
Guy.
Yep, I see Guy coming out of there. So this Petal defense really stepping up when they have to, as we've seen throughout the year. Coach knows what to say to get the most out of these players. So
we've been close all night long in getting the sack, but he's been able to get that ball away pretty quick when he, and find somebody open. But that time, just too much pressure, couldn't get away from him.
And they're actually going to place forward progress at the 13. So third down and 21, ball spotted at the 13. Under a heavy rush again, Jailhouse break. Pass is complete inside across the 25 all the way out to the 28-yard line. So a gain of 16 on third down. It's going to bring up fourth down, and they're going to spot him at the 27. So it's fourth down and about 6. And I think in this position, late in the game,
you got to go for
Forrest Hill's going to go ahead and go for it. 10 minutes and 48 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. 30-7, Petal with the lead. And Tommy, Forrest Hill's just going to go ahead. They're not going to punt it into the wind.
No, I wouldn't either.
And move it, 25 yards.
That's right.
So they're just going to go ahead and go for it. Fourth down and 6. Petal would love to get off the field right here and take over. Pass underneath, caught, first down and more as he comes back on his side of the stick, and they're going to be short. Tommy, he had the first down, and his coach on the sideline is absolutely livid. That is an unbelievable play. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Fourth down and 6. They
didn't get it.
They throw an 8-yard pass inside, and he did not get it. He's going to be stopped short. Well,
they're going to measure now. Where's the ball?
They have the ball at the tip of the 33-yard line. It's going to be really close. He caught the ball at the 35, and as he kind of broke back inside the field to try and get some running room, he came back to about the 33. It's going to be really, really close. They stretch it. He's short. He is short. It is going to be Panther football at the 33, and he is short by.
I don't know if I've ever seen that at any level.
He was a good 2 yards past the stick for the first down, and for him to come back like that, you'll see players to happen, but not on fourth down. I don't think I've ever seen that happen.
Me either.
So they had the first down, and they gave it back to Petal, just trying to get a little bit extra going. Can't blame him and fault him there, but he did come back upfield. So it's spot the football at the 33-yard line for the Panthers. And it is a first down. And
there was no forward motion to be stopped because he was in, there was no defender right on him, and it's just, I've never seen that.
And in on that last sack also, Tristan, number 14, Tristan LeBeau was in on that sack as well, so I'm going to give him some credit for that play. LeBeau and Bourgeois actually had pretty good games tonight defensively for this Panther squad.
Yep, filling in and doing a good job.
All right, so the Panthers take over on downs at their Forest Hill 33, 10-10 remaining fourth quarter. Petal leading 32-7, excuse me. And this is going to be Smith on the left side on the keeper, pulled down hard from behind. He's going to pick up about 8, maybe 8.5 on the carry.
Great. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, Tommy, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Great job on the read there by Kyle Smith. I mean, he's done that twice already tonight.
I'm very impressed with his explosiveness coming out of the backfield. He actually looks a little bit more explosive than Larson does.
Yeah.
A little bit quicker. Larson obviously has that good misdirection as well, but nice downhill running. He really gets that head of steam moving. He gets out of that pocket pretty quickly. So second and a short 2. Ooh, bobble handoff. But is that Millage carrying the football?
The way it's running, it looked like Millage, yeah.
Down to about the 20. It is.
Yeah,
it's exactly who it is. So all the way down to the 20, that's going to be a carry of about 5.5, 6 yards and a first down for Petal.
And, I think I'd be giving it to Millage quite a bit right here on this drive. Short field there and rest your guys for next week. Hopefully we don't have any more injuries tonight.
That's right. Yeah, you don't want to come away with more injuries. We've already seen Barker go down early stages of this second half. Kyle Smith with all day to throw the football. And you give this offense that much time. Look at this job of breaking tackles. Pass was completed down to the 15, knocked backwards. Jesse Jackson was able to pick up another 3, maybe 4 yards fighting. And, we talk about it, Tommy. We've talked about it and talked about it, but you can't teach. I mean, so a lot of this athletic ability that these receivers have are just, they're great athletes, but just great coaching.
It is.
They're so well, coached out there, and it's just what a job, again, that Todd Pinkston's done with these receivers.
And it shows up, especially when you see the balls thrown like they are with a lot of zip on. They just know how to, catch it with their hands.
From the 14 handoff inside. Excuse me, it's going to be Smith. Straight ahead. Wow, what a great job. I was fooled.
I thought Wade's had,
and I'll tell you what, he's showing a little bit of flash in what he's going to be able to bring to the table next year.
Right.
And if you can run the ball, you're going to get a healthy, senior tailback and Tyus Rain back.
That's right.
Some of your offensive line back. Jesse Jackson outside. They're going to be it's going to be an interesting year. Forrest Harvey back defensively. So, a lot of weapons, a lot of things you can do moving forward. Is a bright future for this Petal Panther program. First down, inside the 10.
Touchdown!
That's going to be a touchdown for the Petal Panthers.
Yeah.
That's going to be Millage breaking through and just a beautiful run. Is that Tyus Rain? Again, it's hard to see these numbers,
I think
folks.
that's Millage.
No,
that Tyus?
Well, I'm so sorry, folks. Usually we could tell you who it is throughout the season. I believe that's going to be Tyus Rain.
Okay.
With the touchdown run of 8 yards, bouncing off tackles, moving downfield, and that is actually Millage.
It is Millage.
So,
I usually can tell he's a little bit thicker than Tyus Rain.
And again, we apologize. The extra point by Reynolds is up, and it is right down the middle. 7 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Our score, Petal 37. Forest Hill 7. And again, folks, if you're joining us and wondering why the last 2 touchdowns have been hard to tell you who it is, Petal wearing their all-black uniforms for Blackout Friday, and they have red trim. The numbers are in red, a dark, deep Petal Panther red, and they're only outlined. They're not solid numbers. So that outlined dark red, blood red number against a black jersey is very difficult to see. So we appreciate Kyle Britt on the sideline shooting text messages up here. Kyle, thank you for doing that. We appreciate it. Keep us, up to date as to who's scoring touchdowns. And late in the game, it is a little bit more difficult because they are trying, Tommy, to get more players in.
People in. That's right.
So this one looks like you should be able to wrap it up in red and white. Another score coming across, and I apologize. Midway through the fourth quarter, Oak Grove has tied Hattiesburg, and we've seen Oak Grove do this all season long. They fall behind early. Or they're in a tight game and they can score fast.
Yes, they can.
They just pop these touchdowns on you real quick. They did it against Meridian. They scored 2 touchdowns in the final 3 minutes to beat them. They just scored 2 quick touchdowns, and you've got to think now Warrior Field has got to be rocking over there to battle back and tied at 14. So,
well, I'll tell you what, McNair, it's another one of those McNairs. He's very hard to bring down, and he catches the ball well, and he runs the ball well. So that's one weapon there. If he gets loose there in the second half, they could, Oak Grove could come back and win that ball game easily. Well, the wind has blown the football off the tee twice now.
That means now you got to bring a holder in from the side. Go ahead and hold it when you tee it up. So 7 minutes, 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Petal leading Forest Hill 37-7. So Petal look like they're going to improve to 9-1 on the season and dropping Forest Hill to 2-8. But more importantly, Petal will be 6-0 in district play, looking for the perfect district season. And this kick with the wind at their back, Reynolds will kick it out of the back of the end zone. Final score from the coast, Gulfport 16, Ocean Springs 8. Gulfport Admirals have won Region 4 6A. So congratulations to the Gulfport Admirals doing the same as the Petal Panthers have done here in this region. Gulfport winning the district down there on the coast.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know who we'll face first, but, coming in tonight it's Biloxi. But last score I heard Biloxi was winning, so that could change that.
It'll be interesting to see how it all shapes up. Unfortunately, I won't be here, as you'll get to see it kind of unfold next Thursday night as the Panthers finish their regular season. Pass underneath on the screen. Goes for about 10 yards on the reception as tailback number 20, Jamarcus Holmes.
Another Jamarcus. They got, what, 4 or 5?
They've got several Jamarcuses on that side. So it is a gain of about 10.5 and a Panther first down.
Kind of glad it didn't, not an incomplete pass or anything. Keep that clock rolling.
Keep that clock running. Get out of here. No more injuries. Just salt this one up, wrap it in red and white, and go home. Handoff inside. Gain of about 1.5 yards. Clock will continue to run, Tommy. It's a short gain on first down. They'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, seems to be some fresh jerseys on their side, too. Seems like they're trying to get some people some playing time also.
And the crowd here starting to thin out. Panther Stadium. It was never packed. It's probably our lightest crowd we've seen this season. And they're starting to thin out midway through the fourth quarter. Petal with a 30-point lead. Temperature dropping. Tommy, this weather, this is getting to playoff time, my friend.
I know it.
Handoff inside again. Holmes, not much more doing. Gain of maybe 0.5 yard. They're going to spot him down at the 32. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8.
Well, yeah, like you said, this is getting to be football weather now. This is probably the last game that you see short sleeves worn to the. So of course, now everybody's got jackets on because the temp, like you said, has dropped. But this should be the last one we'll see short sleeves.
Well, it's going to be interesting moving forward as we keep our eyes across town and watch how that Hattiesburg Oak Grove score unfolds. On 3rd down and 8, pass inside looking for the screen. Nice defensive play by the Panthers. An incomplete pass is going to bring up 4th down. The clock is stopped with 6:11 to play. Have some more interesting information. St. Martin lost, sets up a 6A Region 4 playoff teams. As of right now, Gulfport, DeIberville, Ocean Springs, and Biloxi. But seeds 2 through 4 are still to be determined and settled next week. So if the playoffs started right now, Petal would go ahead and host Biloxi.
I got you.
But of course, next week, all kinds of things can happen. Who knows how our District 6 4A is going to unfold seeds 2 through 4 as well. So punting inside, the punter. Tommy, his average is going to go down, my friend.
Wow, big time.
That's going to be a 3 yard. We saw a 5-yard punt.
Got a 5 yard, now a 3 yard.
And the reason I kind of chuckled, Forest Hill dropped back to punt there on 4th down and long, and it was a short kick. About 2 seconds after the punt was kicked, one of the Petal Panthers special teams players kind of brushed very lightly into the kicker. Did you notice that? The punter for Forest Hill, and he took a swan dive.
We'll put him in Hollywood.
There you go. First down handoff inside is going to result in about a 2-yard loss on the carry. So that was Bo Waits on the carry inside. Nothing much doing there. Clock running down to 5:40 to play. Again, Petal leading 37-7. Kind of a sloppy game, not a lot of momentum, not a lot of huge, exciting plays in this ball game, but Petal taking care of business. Again, a good defensive effort by the Panthers. Not much doing offensively for Forest Hill throughout this ball game. Handoff inside. Again, it'll be Waits. Not much doing. Gain of maybe 1 or 2, getting close to the original line of scrimmage at the 35. And it's going to set up 3rd down and long.
I'm looking on the sideline. Somebody's on crutches down there. I want to say that maybe, was it Chris Knight that came earlier, came limping off the field? I'm not sure, but it like that might be him. It appeared to be like an ankle, so that's probably what he just kind of precautionary. They got him on some crutches down there, but hopefully we can get these guys well by next week.
And Dylan Morris has checked into the game, number 24, sophomore for the Petal Panthers. Handoff right side. Not a whole lot doing. Gain of maybe 1. Down to the 35. It's going to bring up 4th down and 10. Got a final score. Tylertown has defeated Columbia 34-0 in that ball game. Again, Oak Grove and Hattiesburg are tied in the fourth quarter at 14 apiece. Petal, of course, here leading. There's 4 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Petal is leading 37-7 on 4th down. They're just going to go ahead and go for it.
Yeah.
From the 35-yard line. And both teams with 2 timeouts left. And Petal, again, not one of their best efforts of the season on either side of the ball. But again, if you can say that and still come away with a 30-point win, and it looks like Petal on that play, there was a fumble inside. running with the football, gain of about 3 or 4, and at the end of the play, the ball popped out, and Jones recovers it for Forest Hill. So Forest Hill will take over here at their own 34-yard line. 3:54 to play in the fourth quarter. And the final 4 minutes, of course, just academic if you're just joining us. Petal leading by 30, and Forest Hill taking over at their own 34.
Just let that clock wind now.
All right, first down play, that bubble screen. Nice completion, pickup up to the 41-yard line, so a 7-yard completion underneath. On the reception is Reginald Warden, the senior. So he picks up 7 yards across the 40. It'll bring up second down and short. Clock continues to run, Tommy. We're under 3.5 to play.
Yeah, I'm just so glad he caught that now.
And this is about as bare as you're going to see the stands here in Petal.
It's pretty much emptied out, hasn't it?
It has, and the parking lot's kind of thinning out, so should be easy to get out
Get
out here tonight. Handoff inside, a beautiful tackle inside. I'm not quite sure who that was. Unfortunately, again, if you're joining us, we're having trouble with those uniforms tonight, but there was a handoff inside, and not much doing, gain of about a yard up to the 42. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2. So from the 42-yard line, Moncross in shotgun, Moncure, and he's going to fight for first down yardage. I believe he's going to have it just across the 44-yard line. The clock is still running, but it looks like he's going to have the first down.
Yep, he did.
Yep. So now they've stopped the clock to set the chains. There's 2 minutes and 36 seconds. And the winds are really starting to pick up even more now, Tommy.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and close our we're going to lock ourselves in for the night, bury down the hatches, as they say. It's starting to get a little chilly out there in South Mississippi. This doesn't happen. It starts getting a little cool. Some folks start to get a little worried. Handoff inside. Pretty good gain of about 3 yards on the first down carry across the 45-yard line. Of course, anytime you're up 37-7, no injuries. You just want that clock to run out, and we're down to about 2 minutes.
Hard to believe there's a hurricane in there.
Unbelievable. Michael Lewis, by the way, was the man on crutches, the junior defensive lineman. Just to let you know.
Thanks, Kyle.
We hope. Yeah, thanks, Kyle. We hope that the juniors are all right down there. Get well. We're going to need you for the playoffs. Second down and 8. Handoff inside again, running with the football. Up close to midfield is number 5, Thomas Henderson. And it's a gain of about 3. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 as the clock hits 1.5 minutes to go.
A lot of fresh numbers out there on the defensive line, and still doing a good job of stopping them up the middle.
So, Tommy, I think we can kind of go ahead and wrap this one up. We're down to about 1 minute to go. Petal improving to 9-1 on the season.
Yep.
6-0 in district play. 2-8 on the season now for Forest Hill, and they will be 1-5 in district play. Petal, of course, wrapped up the 1 seed. It's going to be interesting moving forward. We talked a little bit about Petal being a little bit sloppy on both sides of the ball, not executing and not as sharp as they normally are, but still looking with 1 minute and 10 to go. They're still up by 30 points.
Yeah.
So Petal's going to get out of here with a win, 9-1. They continue their unbeaten record of 8 in a row. They have an 8-game stretch without a loss. Of course, their only loss this season on the road to Picayune. So the Panthers looking really good as they steamroll towards the playoffs. Again, the final game of the season next Thursday night will be right here from the friendly confines of Panther Stadium against the Terry Bulldogs as they finish out the season on a Thursday night. Unfortunately, I won't be here, but Tommy will hold down the fort along with Coach Mark Easley from Jones County Junior College. He'll be on the call. So I apologize for that. Kyle Britt will be back here as well. I'll be back for the playoffs, which will start the following Friday night, which will be November the 9th. We know where Petal will play, but we don't know who they'll play. They'll host a first-round game at 7 p.m. right here at Panther Stadium. While we were talking, Forest Hill did have a completion across midfield to move the ball down inside the 35. There's 48 seconds remaining. 37-7. Petal with a 30-point lead and a victory. We'll go ahead and we'll wrap this one up in red and white, or as we should say tonight, we may want to wrap this one up in black
and white.
There you go,
black and red
and white. So Petal victorious as passes over the middle. There's Jamarcus Mabry breaking tackles. He's all the way down to the 5-yard line. So Forest Hill looking for some late-minute heroics here. And Kyle, if you're down on the sideline, I know you can probably hear us, or you may be working your way back up. If you can hear us, if you could text me a score of the Oak Grove-Hattiesburg game, if it's changed. Last we heard midway through the fourth quarter, it was 14-14. So we're just waiting to check and see how that one finishes up. 30 seconds to go here in this one. Handoff inside. I think Petal was kind of content to just get out of there without any injuries. It is a Forest Hill touchdown. Clock is stopped with 26 seconds to play, and Forest Hill looking for the extra point. They trail now 37-13.
Yeah, just academic there. Kind of let them just not a whole lot of opposition there when he went up the middle. So,
well, score over from Oak Grove. They're late in the fourth quarter, and it is still tied up at 14. Tense moments. I bet you. I bet you Kelly Sanders on the edge of his seat there in that press box for the Oak Grove Warriors. Here's the snap, the extra point. It's a low line drive kick, and it is good. 26 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Petal leading 37-14 over Forest Hill. So, Tommy, Petal is now 9-1. They're undefeated at 6-0 in the district. Moving forward, one more game to go against Terry. You're in the playoffs. What's the game plan for next week?
Well, a lot will depend, I guess, on the condition or how well, the extent of Larson Barkham's injury. But, I look for pretty much the same next week. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more zip in us on both sides of the ball. Of course, the defense picked it up quite a bit in the second half here. But, it's another one of those games where, you've got the first seed, and it's just one of those that's difficult to get your players motivated. But you have to play the game. It's the last game, regular season game, and but I look for Coach Boyles to have them ready to play. But I tell you what, I've been impressed by Kyle Smith tonight. Kyle is really, when he came in. He just stepped right in there and made some pretty decent plays and made some reads and runs. And I'm like you. He's pretty quick on the outside once he gets in the open.
Yeah, if he has an inch, he's going to take a mile. And he exploded out of the hole several times tonight and really impressed me. And so good things to look forward to moving forward. I think it's important for Petal to stay sharp. You don't want to have, after you clinch, you don't want to have two kind of down weeks going into the playoffs, because obviously the level of competition, you're facing Forest Hill tonight, Terry next week. It's going to ramp up. It's going to magnify once you get into the playoffs and that playoff pressure. And Petal has some unfinished business that they're trying to take care of. I think that they have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder after the end of the season last year.
I do too.
Getting to Jackson, and I expect if Petal plays Petal football, that there's no reason why this team can't make that 90-mile trek north on Highway 49 come just after Thanksgiving.
I've really begun to talk about that this past week after seeing some scores of some different teams and knowing who we've played and how well we've played against some pretty good teams on the road. I just like our chances of if we stay healthy, get back. I'm like you, get back to Jackson, because I was thinking that same thing this week. Those players, that last play last year. That eats on you a long time, and I know it has him. And even Coach Buckley's not here anymore. It still eats on him.
It definitely stings a little bit.
But I look for us to come out next week ready to play. I do, and hopefully we'll have a little bit better crowd. It seems like everybody else had the same attitude tonight. Just let's stay at home, and not get out and win. So hopefully we'll have a little bit better crowd. But as it stands right now, like you said, we don't know who we're going to play. But you did say Gulfport clinched tonight, so that would leave it down to D'Iberville, Ocean Springs, Biloxi, and that's it. Yeah, so one of those three. It'll be one of those three for sure.
And Petal, with 24 seconds left, took a knee, and there's actually a flag down on the kneel down. I'm not quite sure, and Coach Boyles, they're going to just to go ahead and wave the flag off. So that's going to end it here for us tonight. Kyle, you have anything to add late? Any scores? Everything looks good. So Oak Grove and Hattiesburg are still 14-14 late. You can wrap this one, folks, in red and white, black, red, and white. The Petal Panthers, your Petal Panthers are 9-1 and perfect at 6-0 in district play. Forest Hill falls to 2-8. 1-5 in the district. So our final score again from Petal Panther High School, 37-14. The Panthers victorious over Forest Hill. Tommy, anything in closing you want to add?
Let's just hopefully we can be a little bit better focused next week and play a little bit better. I'm like you. Let's go in on a positive note for that first playoff game.
That's right. So for Kyle Britt, Tommy Hudson, I'm Corey Tater. You've been listening to Petal Panther Football. Our final score, 37-14. Panther Football on 93.1 WGDQ. See you Thursday night, 7 p.m., everybody. Panthers at home versus Terry. Good night. Drive safe. Have a good weekend.